I don't know whether anybody can hear me or whether anybody will actually, whether there's anybody here. But good morning if there is anybody here. I'm just watching the Gold Coast. Hang on, it's absolutely pissing it down there in Australia, wherever this rugby league match is. I think they're all playing in the same city today or this weekend. So I'm sure I'll tell you it's between watching it and, me being me, not even knowing who's it's between. Oh, it's the Gold Coast against St George's Dragons. And it's 16-16. They've gone into Golden Point and they're in the second half of Golden Point. Well, I just thought I'd do a live stream. There's some good racing at York this week. There's been a few football matches this week. I think the league title is virtually over now. I think Man City have won that. They've got quite an easy run in last two games. They've got the hardest game is West Ham this week, and then they've got Aston Villa last game of the season. So I think the title will go to Man City this season. I think the game on Thursday, I will say this. I know I'm going to. Hello, Joe. Do us a favour, turn Man City over, will you? For God's sake, this week. I will say this about the Arsenal Spurs game. The best side won, but the ref did play a key part in that game. But the best side did win. Can't take that away from Spurs. They were up for it more than Arsenal. They deserve the 3 points, but I've heard some reports on that penalty. Fucking hell, that was a farce. An absolute farce, that penalty was. No disrespect. It was Chelsea 2-0 today. I think Liverpool's up for it. I think Liverpool will do them. I think Liverpool will do the treble. Obviously, I don't think they'll win the title because I think that'll already go, but I think they'll win the Champions League and the two domestic cups. I know it's not a big call, but that's what I think. And I think today they'll turn it on and they'll do Chelsea 3-0. But yeah, going back to Thursday's game, the best side won, but Jesus Christ, if anybody can call that a penalty. If that's a penalty, there will be penalties every single week in the Premiership. Many. Just about every game in the Premiership, that sort of thing happens. It was a nudge in the back. The reason it looks so dramatic. Hello, JG. The reason it looked so dramatic was purely and simply because he was up in the air. And like anything, if you're up in the air going for a ball and you get knocked off balance, you're going to fall like that. That's the reason. I'm not saying Song made a meal of it, like other people have said. I'm saying that was never a penalty. And I watched the Luton game last night, Luton against Huddersfield, and honestly, I think I can't never work this out, but you reckon? I just think I've watched Chelsea a few times this season, and I've watched Liverpool a few times this season, and I just think Liverpool are one of the two best sides in this league, by a country mile. I know it's easy to say, but I just think the other sides are playing catch up, and if you go player for player between the Liverpool side and the Chelsea side, there's such a gulf between them. And if Liverpool turn up, if the proper Liverpool turn up, they will crush them, absolutely crush them. But it's an FA Cup final, so anything can happen, anything at all. Oh, it looks like Gold Coast have just beat the Dragons 2016 with the Golden Point. So the next game up is Melbourne Storm against the Panthers. That's the next game, and that starts in about 15 minutes. But yeah, that's my honest opinion on today's game. But yeah, going to the Luton Huddersfield game, I just don't understand. Look, I understand that they cannot have VAR in the Championship. I understand that completely. But the semi-finals or the playoffs and the final are probably the biggest games. Well, the final is the richest game in football. In football, it's the richest game in football. To get into the Premiership is the richest one single game in football. So they've got to have VAR for decisions like that decision last night. Luton should have had a penalty. The only excuse they had was maybe the ref was unsighted. That's why they should have VAR, because even if the ref was unsighted, VAR would have opened up, would have pointed it out to them. You know what I mean? So my honest thing, there should be VAR for the semi-final and the final of that Championship. There would have then Luton would have been 2-1 up going into the second leg. Well, if they scored the penalty. I'm surprised I ain't had Kicks come on, because I had a bet with Stu D and Kicks that Arsenal would finish above Tottenham. There's 2 games left for both sides. Arsenal's last 2 games, they've got Newcastle Monday, Newcastle Monday away, and then Everton at home on the last game of the season. And they are a point above Tottenham. And Tottenham have got, for their last 2 games, they have got Burnley tomorrow, and then Norwich on the last game of the season. So, but Burnley are fighting to stay up. I mean, Burnley are one of them sides that could very easily go to Tottenham and turn them over. They're a physical side. They could very easily. I mean, I'm not saying that Newcastle couldn't turn Arsenal over or Everton couldn't turn Arsenal over, but Arsenal are a point above them. If Burnley turn Tottenham over tomorrow, that'll put a point behind after playing an extra game. Arsenal will only need one win out the last 2. So I'll be supporting Burnley tomorrow. Definitely supporting Burnley tomorrow. But like I say, the horses. I had a really good day yesterday on the old GGs. A really good day yesterday. I was very, very, very unlucky. I had a Trixie yesterday. I had a 13-2 winner, a 6-1 winner, and a 7-1 second lost by a neck. If that one had come in, I'd have won over £1,000. As it happened, I still won over £100, but I would have won over £1,000 if the last one had come in. So yeah, bit of unlucky, and it lost by a neck. But I had a 13-2, and a 6-1 winner. So all at York. So it was quite a good day for me at York yesterday. And then I had a 14-1 place in another race. And then in another bet, this is weird, because in another bet I had on Thursday I had 2 winners and a place on another bet on Thursday. So yeah, I'm just looking through my bets. So yeah, I've had a pretty good day at York, but yeah, it don't look like many people on. But I've had a couple of tips for horses today, but I've put it out on my other channel, on the other platform. I put a 14-1. A 14-1 fourth and a 15-1 and a 16-1 fourth on Thursday on my other channel. I told them to back them each way. I put a 14-1 third yesterday, and I got a 12-1 finish 7th yesterday. So I've had 3 out of 4 placed so showing a profit on my other channel still. So I'm still doing well on the other channel. The other channel's climbing up. I'm getting a lot more people watching the other channel, and so there's a tipster that uses the other platform, and he tips 2 horses a day, and he tipped an horse on Thursday. I think it was Digital in the 150, and it ran in the 10-2, and it was still yeah. Take care, Jorgen. Look after yourself, mate. Nice to see you pop on. Thank you very much. I take it that is you, Jorgen, by the way. But yeah, he tipped 2 horses on Thursday. That was while I was watching him, because he was live streaming at the same time. And he tipped 2 horses on Thursday, and then somebody said to him, crazy. Somebody turned around to him and he says, he tipped a winner. He tipped a winner at 12-1, and somebody says, well, I didn't see it on here. And he says, no, I tipped it on my members only. So the bloke says, you got members only? So he says, yeah. He says it's £20 a month to become a member, and you get like 5 tips a week. And he says, I'm in touch with with the stables, and I'm in touch with this, and I'm in touch with that, and you get 5 tips a week. And the bloke says, right. He says, what's your membership? How do I become a member? So he gave him the link. So the bloke, this was coming up in the chat. The bloke went on the link, and he come back and he went, I see you've got a few members. He had, right, he's getting £20 a month, and he got over 1,000. What was it? Over 1,500, over 1,000 members. So he was getting like £20,000 less their fees per month for tipping 4 or 5 horses every week. I mean, fucking hell! I'm thinking, Jesus Christ, £20 a month per person, and he got over 1,000 fucking members. That's 20,000 quid less. I think it's 35%, or even if you went 40%. If you went 40%, you're losing 4,000 in every 10, so you're losing 8,000. So hello, Aztec, you're right, mate. So if you're losing 4,000 in every 10,000, he's still making £12,000 every fucking month for tipping horses. I'm like, Jesus Christ, and the 2 he tipped. 2 he tipped on Thursday. Like I say, one was in the 150. It went off as favourite. In actual fact, it was favourite, and it was still running at fucking 3 o'clock, and it went off at 10-2, and it was still running at 3 o'clock. That's how far behind the field it was. And the other one, he put it up afterwards. The other one was Croft Turn, which his members got 12-1 the night before, and it finished at 8-1. It won at 8-1. So he put up a 12-1 winner and a fucking 4-1 last. And they were his 2 horses for Thursday. I didn't hang about to see what his horses were for Friday, but they were his 2 horses for Thursday. And I'm thinking, Jesus Christ, okay, fair enough. If you were a member and he gave you a 12-1, and you had, let's say you had a £5 on every horse that he gave you. So he gives out like sort of 8 or 10 horses, say 10 horses a week, and you have a £5 on every one. So you're betting 50 quid a week. Stody, if you're on it, if you can honestly and on heart tell me, if you heard me from the beginning, The better side on the night won on Thursday. I'm not going to take the win away from you, but as a neutral, which I am on that game, if you can honestly and on art tell me that that wasn't a very, very soft penalty, and if that penalty was given, right, can't be taken away. The penalty was given, but I see them kind of nudges in the back every single week on a lot of the Premiership games, and they're not given. That penalty, the only reason I truly believe that the only reason that penalty was given was because of the fact the way he fell more than anything else. And no, he didn't over exaggerate his fall, because if you get nudged in the back when you're that high up in the air, the momentum is going to cause you to fall like that. But you cannot tell me that weren't a soft penalty. You deserve the win. I'm not going to take the win away from you. I am going to say that penalty was a farce. I will say that. I'm not saying the sending off was a farce. He deserved that. He probably should have gone before he did. But the first one was definitely a booking, the one that he received, and the second booking or the sending off was what should have been a red card on its own in its own right, because he did catch him with his elbow and it was intentional. So he would have gone. He should have gone. I'm not taking the sending off away. I'm not taking the fact that you performed better and you were up for it more than them. All I'm saying is that penalty was a farce. That's all I'm going to say. The penalty was a farce. And if you can honestly, truthfully, after I've just said what I said, tell me that that was a stonewall penalty, we can argue till the cows come home. It could be called soft, yes, but if it's the defender's fault, asking for trouble, he had a clear header. If he'd not made, well, I think he'd have gone over his head. But yeah, okay, I understand what you're saying, but you can't. You also cannot deny that you see them kind of challenges every single week. Every single week in the penalty box on penalties, you see the nudge all the time. It happens in every game. If you watched, and I'm not going to harp on, if you watched Leicester against Roma at Roma, that was happening regular. You know, we didn't get anything, but we didn't deserve to win anyway. We were the poorer side out of the two. But I'm just saying, I mean, there was more of a penalty. I don't know whether you watched it last night, Stu, whether you watched the Luton Huddersfield game last night. If you did, in the first half, when the bloke pulled the Luton player back in the box and they said that maybe the ref was unsighted, that was more of a penalty. That was a stone wall penalty that Luton didn't get. And like I said earlier on, if you weren't on, the playoffs and finals for the championship, because they're such a big thing for the side that goes up, should have VAR. I don't care. Not okay. I understand them not being able to have it all the way through the season, but they should definitely have. Well, if you get to see the highlights, if you get to see the highlights of that Luton Huddersfield game, have a look at the one that they did, the penalty they never gave. Hello, Niall. Hope you win today, mate. In the semi-final, I think you're in the semi-final today, ain't you? You absolutely annihilated us last week. We had a very, very bad week last week. Leicester had a terrible week last week. We got knocked out of the Mickey Mouse European Cup, the one that Manchester United will be lucky to be in next season. And then our rugby team got absolutely annihilated in the first 40 minutes against Leinster. And I would mind, but it was against Leinster. And yes, I did get some stick off Niall. I did get a couple of pictures that I found very, very funny. But yeah, it was, in actual fact, I expected more off him than what I actually received. It was quite mild what I received off Niall. I expected it a lot stronger, because if it had been the other way round, he would have got it a lot stronger off me. I mean, old Fraggle in Australia, Beans and Brews, his rugby league side got absolutely annihilated yesterday And that weren't even from one of my sides, but he got some stick yesterday off me over that. I think the loss something like 30, 30, 30 odd 0 yesterday. But he's sort of staying away from talking about that. But Stu, I think while you're on here, I believe you've got a difficult game tomorrow. I think Burnley will be a lot more physical than Arsenal were, and I think Burnley will be up for it. So I think you've got a rather difficult game tomorrow. A lot more difficult than probably Arsenal will have on Monday night, because Arsenal on Monday night are only playing Newcastle. Newcastle are safe. Some of their players are thinking about being on the beach and rebuilding for next season. So I think you'll have a more difficult game than Arsenal will have this week. And if you do get turned over tomorrow, Arsenal only need one win out of the last 2 games to be in the Champions League. So, fucking hell. Hey, Stu, I tell you something. I fucking hope Arsenal finish above you in the in the league. Because boy, will you get some fucking stick when I hope you get turned over next week, because I will deliver tomorrow. Because if you get turned over tomorrow and Arsenal win on Monday, I will deliberately do a live stream one day next week, just completely devoted to you and Kicks, just complete. Oh, and Kenneth Tottenham Hotspur, whatever his name is, completely devoted to you 3, just to gloat. So you carry on with your Leicester. You carry on with the Leicester, but we'll finish 9th and rebuild for next season. Oh, by the way, Stu, did you hear that that Arsenal have got to finish in the Champions League anyway? Otherwise, Tielemans not going to go there. They want him for 40 million. He's an idiot if he goes there. An absolute idiot if he goes there. But there was a classic quote, and I've got to read this out to you because I sent it to Kicks. There was a classic quote in one of the newspapers. And listen to this, Stu. This is genuine quote out of a newspaper. Man City and England's attacking midfielder Sterling, 27, expects to join one of Europeans' elite clubs if he leaves the Etihad in the summer, right? He's expected to join one of Europe's elite clubs if he leaves the Etihad in the summer. Despite strong interest from Arsenal and Tottenham, he will not be joining them. So, so they don't just. Newspaper does not class Arsenal and Tottenham as Europe's elite clubs. Just thought I'd add that in, you know what I mean? So Arsenal and Tottenham are not an elite club as far as this newspaper is concerned, because he's going to join an elite club, and it's not going to be Tottenham or Arsenal. So yeah, okay. What was that? Tielemans is on his last year of his contract, 40 million a bargain. Yeah, but it's either let him go for 40. Oh, fucking hell! The Panthers have just scored a bet against the Storm. Yeah. Well, you'll need him if Harry Kane clears off, wouldn't you? So he won't go Arsenal. They won't get Champions League football. Spurs will tip. Don't you, Jazzy? I used to like you, Jazzy, until he started talking about fucking Spurs beating Arsenal. You know something, Jazzy? I'll tell you now. You know, if Spurs finish above Arsenal, 2 things will happen, right? Yeah, I'll agree with you, Stu. Yeah, I would definitely rather have Son. Definitely, without a shadow of a doubt. Yeah, I rate. I think he's a brilliant player. So yeah, no, you're not going to get an argument there. Jazzy, you do realise if Tottenham finish above Arsenal, not only will I get stick for about 6 months off these people, but it's going to cost me an absolute fucking fortune, because I've got to pay for Kicks for a night out for Kicks in Thailand, a complete night out from start to finish. Going to cost me an absolute fortune. So I cannot even imagine Tottenham finishing above Arsenal. You know, the point to Stu D is nothing compared to what it'll cost me to take kicks out on the food and the beer for a night. So yeah, I'm definitely not looking forward to them finishing above that. Leinster is the only non-French side left in the Heineken Cup. Oh right, oh right, oh okay. I just think Newcastle I think Tottenham will. I think Burnley might get a draw tomorrow. Burnley, I think, but with Burnley fighting for relegation, I just think Burnley will definitely be up for it. So I mean, look, the 1 point is going to make all the difference as far as I can see. So the 1 point will definitely make all the difference. So that's how I see it anyway. But hello, Stephen Todd. How are you? How are you feeling coming on here? Now, do yourself a favour and fuck off. We draw against Burnley. Arsenal lose to Newcastle. Yeah, you'll go above it. If you draw against Burnley, and Arsenal lose to Newcastle, you go above them on goal difference, don't you? So, yeah. Yeah. Okay, I need Burnley to beat you then. Burnley to beat you. And then Arsenal to beat Newcastle. Season's over. Doesn't have to go to the Everton game. How about that one? So, kicks will include bar fines for two ladies. And we did make an agreement that there'll be it's him or me, not him and his lady, and not me and Doris. It's him and me. So I've not got to pay for his lady, and he's not got to pay for Doris. It's him or me. Him and me. So Burnley and Norwich last two for us. Arsenal gonna bottle it. Look. If it comes down to the last game of the season and you both need to win, I would fancy you against them. You will have the wallet out. Yeah, I know, and it's not going to be a cheap night, I tell you, because I know exactly. I mean, I've been out with him 3 times in Thailand, and going out with Kicks when he's in the mood is not a cheap night. Bloody hell, Panthers are now 10-0 up after 10 minutes. Jesus, good job I didn't bet on the Storm. The Storm are getting hammered. You're going to be his bar fine. No, I'm not going to be his bar fine, Niall. No, I'm not going to be his bar fine. What I'm saying is that, it's his free night or my free night, not his and his lady and not me and Doris. It's him and me, as in, and I'm going home on my own. I'm not going home with him. That's if I end up going. Oh, he'll probably keep going until I fall over anyway. Be nothing new there. But I think he's back now. I think he's back in England now. I think, not 100% sure, but I think he's back in England. That will be around 10,000 baht. Yeah, I'm thinking, because it's a meal and it's food and it's a free night from beginning to end. So I can imagine it being around about 2,500 quid. Yeah, it's not going to be a cheap night. Yeah, around about 2,500. So yeah, that you can understand now why I'm actually shouting on Arsenal so much, because I'll be genuine with you. I don't like either Arsenal or Tottenham. It was just a way of having a bet with Kicks and having a bet with Stu D. That's the only reason I did it. I don't like either of the teams, but now I'm in a position where I'd rather have Arsenal than Tottenham for the financial reasons. But then again, as Joker said, for being on the old sausage roll for 15 years, it gets a bit difficult to keep going Thailand for 3.5 months. If you're on the sausage roll for 15 years, I don't know where these people get these ideas from. They're just. It doesn't warrant, half the time it doesn't warrant an answer, but I mean, it's pretty, everybody who knows me, and I will say this, but everybody who knows me knows exactly what I do. So, it's no secret. It never has been a secret. It's what I do for a living. So, you can say what you want, think what you want, do what you want, But yeah, but I hear that this person, this Stephen Todd, I hear he's gets quite upset with anybody if they say wrong words or talk bad about anything to do with Thailand, if they don't know Thailand, that they're all newbies, according to Stephen Todd, the man who knows everything about Thailand. I mean, I don't know whether anybody's heard Stephen Todd talk. He's been on a few live streams, but I don't know whether anybody's heard him talk. But I just couldn't believe it when he went on to Thailand Unplugged, Stephen's channel, and said that he taught English in the village to the kids. I've heard him talk, and I do not honestly. I think him teaching English would be as difficult as Barry teaching English literature, basically. So, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he has done it, but him teaching English is like Barry teaching English literature. So, anyway, that's I don't have to address anybody about that, so it's up to them what they believe. But yeah, getting back to the horses. As I was saying, there was a bloke. Like I say, there's a bloke on that other platform that I go on, and hello, Frosty. I was just saying, Frosty, there's a bloke on that other platform that I'm on, and he gives out horses tips, and he gives out about 8 to 10 horse tips every week, right? And they're all based on his personal knowledge, or occasionally he'll get a tip from a yard, or a tip from a friend or whatever. Most of them he admits, most of them are him studying the form and putting out 2 horses a day. And he was live on this other platform on Thursday. So he's live on this other platform, and I was just watching it because it was while York Races was on. And he said that he'd got a members only section. And he said to this bloke he'd put up 2 horses to his members the night before. And he said one of the horses was an horse called Digital, ran in the 150. And because this was after the 150, so he could name it, because otherwise his members would get the ump if he, because they're paying money. Anyway, he said the first one was Digital in the 150. Well, it ran at 150, but it finished at about 3 o'clock because it was that far behind the rest. It fucking fell out the back of the telly. Well, anyway, that was the first one. And the second one, when it ran, the second one that he put up was a 12. He gave it to his members the night before. It was 12-1 the night before. It won at 8-1. And that was Croft Turn, and he put that one up. Fair play to him. It won at 12-1. So this bloke was he got about. I mean, to be fair to him, he got a decent amount of people watching him on his live stream. He had nearly like 300, 350 people watching him, and he was just going on. And then he turned around and he says, yeah, Dave, I've been back since January. I'm here. Both me and Doris came back February. Sorry, January. Came back in February. Yeah, we came back here February. We're back here now for 6-7 months, and then we'll go back over. So yeah, I am back in England. I've been back 2 or 3 months now. We'll have a go on, and we'll do a multi soon. Yeah. Well, anyway, listen. Let me just finish this. So. Yeah, so anyway, got about 3,500 people in the thing. So somebody said to him, "Oh, how do you become a member?" So he gave him the link, and this bloke went on £20 a month, and he went on to this thing, and then he come back and he says, "You got a few members, didn't you?" And this bloke was laughing. It turns out he got over 1,000 members at £20 a chuck. £20,000 less the fees, which are even if there were 40%, I don't think they're that high. But even if there were 40%, is 4,000 in every 10,000, so that's £8,000. 12,000 quid he's walking away with. £12,000 every month for giving out 2 horse tips a day, probably 4 or 5. So all I can say is, Stu D, I hear you're quite good with your old football bets. Why don't you get members only and give them out on there? Because by the sounds of it, you can make quite a lot of fucking money on that. But you have to guarantee a few winners. But you can make quite a lot of money on that, because this bloke's making 12 grand every fucking month just from giving horse tips out. And like I say, he gave 2 out on Thursday. The first one was that far behind. It was like running in the next race. And he's okay. He had a second one, was a 12-1 winner. But he openly admits that, oh yeah, I do have my share of losers. I'm like, fucking hell, at 20 quid a month, I'd want at least a 60% win rate. I'd want at least 60% win rate. Not a, I do have my share of losers, but I'd want 6 out of 10 winners at decent prices. Don't give me odds on favourites. I'd want a decent price winners. I hope your lady is coping with the weather okay. Are you coping with the weather?
I'm happy now.
You're happy now the sun. Yeah, you're happy now that it started to get hot.
Yeah.
So there you go. Answer your question. She's happy. No, well, you don't, do you, Stu? I mean, ways of doing it. The platform I'm talking about isn't YouTube, but you don't need to do it via YouTube. You can set it up. There are other platforms where you can have members only, and he uses. I'll tell you what he uses. He uses Patreon. So he has Patreon as his members at site, and I don't know how much Patreon take of, like, in fees, but I would imagine that it wouldn't be much more than YouTube. So if it's, I don't know. I honestly don't know what they take, but like I said, even if they take 40%, but yeah, he's not on YouTube. This bloke's not on YouTube. He's on another platform where he can do live streams. He can put videos up. Instagram. You can do live streams. You can put YouTube. You can put videos up. And he uses that platform to get the followers, and then he gets them on to become members. Another platform would be TikTok. You get the followers, you get the members that way. But that was a nice winner. I tell you what, what put me off that horse, Frosty? You're gonna laugh, but you know what put me off? Hello, Life Reset Thailand. You know what put me off that horse? the fact that he didn't have any shoes on. I couldn't back an horse that doesn't wear shoes. I really seriously couldn't. And the fact that it had no shoes on its back legs because nobody could get close enough to put shoes on it. I think Liverpool 3-0. There you are, Jazzy. Liverpool 3-0. Yeah, because genuinely, because they couldn't get close enough to it to put any shoes on it, I actually genuinely didn't back it. So yeah, no rear shoes. Yeah, they couldn't get close. But he says when it was younger, you couldn't even get near its rear end, let alone let you put shoes on it. So yeah, an horse can win with two shoes on instead of 4. Good going, but it did win well. But I had 2 winners yesterday. 2 out of 3 winners at York. I had that. Oh God, I'm terrible when it comes to naming them. The 410, that Al Quaheen at 13-2, and then the 520, that Corker. I took 6-1 on it. So they were the 2 winners, 13-2 and 6-1. So Zimmy is a rich man because of my football tips. Well, he was a rich man. It's all in the till at the windmill now. Oh, bloody hell. Well, yeah, I heard about your tips, your things. But yeah, that's how that bloke does it. He does it on Patreon and he just puts these tips into Patreon. And like I say, I don't know what Patreon are paying. I don't know what Patreon take as a cut, but all my sevenfold won 5. Oh, right. All my sevenfold 5 placed 2 winners. Yeah, well, that one I've just named, them 2 horses that I had the winners of. You know the 150, the one that finished second, was it Yowzy or whatever its name was, the one that finished second. That was the one that let me down in a £5 Trixie. I did a £5 Trixie, and that's the one that let me down. So Windmill is bleeding me. I didn't even know that place was still open because I've only ever been once, and that was on my last trip, and it was just before Christmas, and I went there to visit Thailand Mick, and I spent a couple of days with Thailand Mick. Well, me and Doris spent a couple of days with Thailand Mick. We went down to Rayon, and then stayed and went out. But when we went out, we only, because I was with Doris, we went to, is it Witherspoons on the Bad Bend on Soybe Cow? Is it? Have I ever pronounced it right? Do you know where I mean? But that's that's the place we went to drink. So that's where we were drinking. So I'm just going to get rid of Superman because he's doing me pissing head in a bit. So just give me a minute. Let me stop the camera. Sorry. Superman's disappeared. So Buddha Day tomorrow, so bars closed. I did down to Rayon. Yeah, the beach I liked. Any tips today? Well, you do know that King Power has got 3 short priced runners today, don't you, Frosty? You do know that, don't you? And don't tell me you don't know that. And if you don't know it, I will actually name them because I know you back every pissing King Power horse. He's got 3 short priced. He's got an 11-4 shot, a 7-2 shot, and a 9-4 shot today. And then he's got a 16-1 runner in the same race as the 7-2 shot. So FA Cup, 3-0 Liverpool. I'll stick my neck on the line. 3-0 Liverpool in the FA Cup. So come on then, all you football fans. I know there's a few of you out there. Who would you like? Obviously, who do you think's going to win in the bigger game tonight? The bigger game. Don't forget, there's a bigger game on today than the FA Cup final. So let's look at the bigger game. Forest, Sheffield United, first leg of the playoffs. Who do you fancy in that? Who do you fancy in Forest, Sheffield United? Any ideas? Oh, you're going over in August, do you, Stu? I know a few people that are going over, like in the next week or so. A few people, not me, but I know a few. But yeah, we're going over. Yeah, we're going over in August. That's a thing. Then we're going over in August because Doris has to go back in August. That's when the 6-month visa runs out. Is August, so she has to go back in August. So we'll be going over in August as well. Forest been flying. You would think they will win the playoffs. You've gone Sheffield United. I've got a big tax check back. Fucking hell, nice to hear the government's gave something out. Instead of did you hear the latest? A loaf of bread's going to triple in price, and the price of a chicken's going to double in price or triple in price. Fucking hell, I mean, the fuel's going to go up to £2 a litre. Jesus Christ! I think we'll be better off over there than over here. I think it'll be a draw today, and then Forest will turn them over in the second leg. So I think it'll be a draw at Sheffield United's ground, and then Forest will beat them at their place. And I think it'll be I'll stick my neck on the line here as well, and I think it'll be a Forest Luton final. And I also think that Everton will go down with Watford and Norwich. So I think Everton will be the side to go down out of the three. I think Burnley will get enough out of Tottenham to stay up, and I think Leeds will get a result against Brighton, and I don't think Tottenham will get a result in their last 2 games. They are, or their last 3 games. I think they've got 3 left, didn't they? I think they've got 3 games, but I don't think they'll get a result in the last 3 games. So there you go. Stuck my neck on the line. Because, to be honest, if Everton can't turn over Watford, then no. Obviously, you've missed all that I've been saying, but no, life reset. No way. Zimmy, no way on this God's green earth. Spurs top 4. 9th, Stu. 9th. We'll turn Watford over tomorrow, right? And by turning Watford over tomorrow, that will lift us up to 9th. We're 10th at the minute. That will lift us up to 9th. And I think that's where we'll finish, 9th. We've got our last 3 games is Watford, Chelsea and Southampton. We won't get anything out of Chelsea. We'll get a result out of Watford. And the way Southampton are playing just lately, I'll be very disappointed if we don't get a result against Southampton. So the reason I'm saying no to Spurs finishing in the top 4 is because obviously you weren't on earlier on. If Spurs finish in the top 4, that means Arsenal don't. And if that happens, it's going to cost me an absolute fortune because I've had I've had a beer with Stu D, but that's a beer. That's irrelevant. I've had a night out, meal and beers for a complete night in Thailand with kicks on Arsenal finishing above Spurs. So that's a 10,000, 11,000 baht night out for kicks. Because if you've ever seen Kicks drink when he's off, fucking hell, I wouldn't. I'd rather take Stu D for a night out than fucking Kicks. So yeah, it's good. It'll cost me a fucking fortune. So that's the reason I'm saying no to Spurs finishing above. I mean, I must have been the only neutral that wasn't neutral, that was praying that Arsenal turned Spurs on Thursday. But yeah, the Championship is down to the last four. Two sides went up. Fulham absolutely pissed the league completely, just so that, and Bournemouth went up. So Fulham and Bournemouth went up, and the first playoff semi-final was yesterday, and that finished 1-1 between Luton and Huddersfield at Luton. The second semi-final is today. That's Forest against Sheffield United. And then obviously the winners play in a couple of weeks of the two legs. So it's been, the other place of going up is between Forest, Sheffield United, Huddersfield and Luton. So I think the sides that went down I think Derby went down, Peterborough went down. I don't really know who went down, but I know. Did Sunderland make the final of the Division 1 playoffs? Did Sunderland in the final of that one? Does anybody know? Because I haven't been following Division 1 for some reason. So, but yeah, what was that crossed out? Something there. Hey, what they doing? What the fuck? Can't do that to me. Arsenal have had the look on their side recently. Pissed me off. West Ham put half a team out against them because they came in Europe. Chelsea didn't turn. I tell you what, Stu. If that didn't say Stu D before that comment, I could take that comment that you've just wrote there, and I could put Kicks TV next to it, and that is exactly what he says to me as well. You've just said exactly the same as what he says. That's why I had to laugh. He said exactly the same about West Ham and exactly the same about Chelsea. I could just change your name for his name, and I could get away with that being him. Fucking hell. I mean, I could moan about us being out of the Mickey Mouse Cup because the ref was shit, but I don't. Forest and Sunderland to be promoted, League Two more tricky to Mansfield. I'd like to see Mansfield go up. Stu, I'd like to see Mansfield go up. I think they're Division 2, aren't they? He says with no confidence at all. I would like to see Mansfield go up. I think they've got Northampton. I think Mansfield have got Northampton. Yeah, Mansfield, Northampton tonight. I'd like to see Mansfield go up because I quite like Nigel Clough. Yeah, yeah. I see. I can't say a lot because Justin is a big Swindon fan, really big Swindon fan. So, but just because I like winding people up, and he's probably around somewhere, I would say Mansfield because like I say, I quite like Nigel Clough as a manager. So, yeah, I'd like Mansfield to go up. I don't like the Cobblers. I think the shit Northampton. Northampton Swindon final. But yeah. Anyway, this was just a live stream just to talk about other things, football, whatever. You know, it's nice to know that even though I'm not around, people still like to remember me like Mr. Chef. Mr. Chef still loves to say some things about me and then there's and then obviously there's Stephen Todd. Oh, lovely little Stephen Todd. I mean, fucking hell no. I tell you what, honestly, Andy, if I gave you pop on for 10 minutes and come and have a chat with me, because I'm bored. But honestly, mate, if I gave you the tips that Frosty gives out, he will never talk to me again. He told me if I put tips out, then that's it. So I can't, mate. I'd give you my tips, but I cannot give you the Frosties. I couldn't do it to you. I couldn't do it to Frosty. Let's have a look. In the 210. You don't, Stu, the last thing you want to do is put an horse up on here. No, I can't, Stu. It's running against a King Power horse. Stu D, you see the favourite in that race, Fox's Tails. That's a King Power. That's owned by King Power, the owner of Leicester City. I can't back an horse against that. I can't do it. So, yeah. The answer is no, I am not. But no doubt that will give you more reason to back that horse. But Hello, Banksy. You all right, mate? You all right? They've not. Well, I don't know. Me and Frosty have had some good wins out of King Power this season. We had a bad. We had a bad season with them last season. We couldn't. They were poor last season, but they've changed the jockey, and now they've changed the jockey. They seem to be winning a few races, or getting placed at a decent price. But yes, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying, Stu. But I mean, you only have to look at your own town to to see how bad losers are. Your own town football club. You know, you know, we won't start. Don't start. And I'm going to add him before he tells me, "Oh, you never had me when I'm sitting there in the background. I'll never get put on."
Oh, there. Oh, I'm here. Bloody hell. You need to go into your settings. You need to click that button that says bleep when somebody's backstage.
I seriously don't know how to do it.
Really?
I'm not joking. I'll have to look. I'll have to look into it so I don't. Here, he's going to give you. I'll give you one tip, Andy. The 3:20 Newbury, number 8, alcohol free.
Alcohol? No, I'm not interested in that.
You're not interested in what?
No, alcohol free. Definitely not. No.
It's the name of an horse, you prat.
Yeah, still not interested. Alcohol free is like sugar free. It's not the same, is it? Come on. Anyway, I don't want your tips. I'm more interested in Frosty's tips.
That's Frosty's.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I've just found it. 15. 20,
That's Frosty's. Yeah. He says good because he's on it, so he's glad you're not going to back it.
Yeah, but I don't trust you lot anymore. You know I'm jinxed, so you just give me crap.
No. But Frosty yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Frosty yesterday had a 22 to 1 winner, and he had a 5 each way on it at 22 to 1.
Well, nice thing to share it.
Well, he did share it with me, just didn't share it with you.
I see where we're going now. Okay, I understand.
No.
I know where we're going. Okay, that's it.
No, he didn't share it with me until after it had won. No, he didn't share it with. He didn't share it with me till this morning. It ran yesterday.
I can do that. Any bugger can do that. Come on. Oh yeah, I picked a winner yesterday. Yeah. We can all do that.
Yeah, but you couldn't pick your nose.
No, I know. My fingernails are a bit sharp at the moment.
Well, I'll pick a winner.
I did. No, I didn't actually. No, I'm trying to think back. No, I didn't.
Did you? The last horse you won on was the one I gave you, weren't it? That one where you.
Yeah. Now I've got money on the 17 to 4.
On a what?
Where's it gone? 17 to 4.
17.
That one you gave me this morning. Yeah, I boosted it. I think it was 17.
Oh, the 10:2 race.
Yeah, that's it.
No, it weren't. When 10:2 was it?
40. No, 240 on it or something. I can't remember. I can't.
245. 245.
Right.
It had your bird on it. It had your bird on it.
Holly. Yeah, she rubs herself against the back of the horses, doesn't she? Yeah.
Yeah.
Bit of encouragement, doesn't
it? Hang on. I've got to give. Yeah. Frosty, there's an horse running in the 245. Right. Now, Andy always backs Ollie Doyle's horses, right? He's got to think about Ollie Doyle.
Yes. So she gives him an incentive, doesn't she? She lets them rub against her crutch. You see it all the time.
Right. He always backs Ollie Doyle's horses, and this one in the 245, it's ridden by Ollie Doyle and it's trained by me. So it's trained by me and ridden by Ollie Doyle. So I says to him, you've got to back an horse that I've trained, as she's riding it. You've got to back it.
Oh.
So obviously he's backed this horse because I've trained it and she's riding it.
She rides a lot, apparently, doesn't she?
And if you look at Frosty, if you look at the 245, you'll understand what I mean. I've trained it; she's riding it. So, hey, does it mean? Does it? Hey, Andy, I've got to ask you a question.
What?
Does it?
What?
Does it mean? Does it mean I've arrived if I'm doing a live stream and while I'm doing a live stream, two people are talking about me on another channel because I'm doing a live stream? Does that mean I've arrived?
I've got no idea. I've been too busy to be on YouTube, but I think you've made an impact, an impression. You've certainly made an impression.
Oh, right, okay. Because remember, if you never want to get trolled by Stephen Todd, yeah.
Who?
Newbury,
Frosty
Newbury.
If
you never want to get
Todd,
yeah,
still about. I haven't heard anything about Stephen Todd in a long time.
Yeah, he's still around, mate.
Is that the same guy we're talking about?
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, that's the guy. Yeah. Well, if you want to get trolled by him, remember. If you don't want to get trolled by him, remember it's called a.
Oh, is he the clong guy?
It's a clong. You cannot call it a fucking river. A clong. You cannot call it a river or a canal.
Oh, is that the guy? Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah, that's Stephen Todd.
Oh,
remember, he taught English to the kids. He taught English to the kids in the village.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
but the problem is now you go to one particular Islam village and all the kids talk English like this. Fucking freak show.
Yeah, well, when he wasn't teaching English in the village.
Big up to him for coming on with speech impediment. You shouldn't judge or take the piss, and I apologise.
Oh God! But anyway, yeah. But him and my Ting Tong, the man whose head I live in. Fucking hell, and it's cold in there. But yeah, there's nothing else in there. But yeah, him and Ting Tong are talking about me. I just love it.
It's awfully nice of you to distract me from my question. But I'm still waiting for a tip from Frosty for the whole day because I'm feeling lucky. And yourself, let's go. Come on, Frosty. What have you bit on? Bet on? Fucking bet on. Come on, Frost.
He's just gave you two. He's just gave you another one. Surrey Mist. Surrey Mist. He's gave you alcohol free and Surrey Mist.
Right.
And shit. Oh, kicks. I've sent you a message.
What about Kicks?
He's on.
Oh, Kick. Hello, Kicks. This is me, mate. The other fucking idiot you're talking to ain't me, you prick. Fucking told him many times. Fucking idiot.
Kicks.
Anyway.
Kicks. The other accounts that was on Barry's and everywhere else isn't Andy. Right, this one's Andy. The others are not Andy. So when you call him Mandy, the other accounts, it's not him. This is the only one he's got.
Jesus Christ.
I've told him as well now. So let's hope because he had a conversation the other night on Barry's with you, didn't he?
Apparently so, yes, from what I was told, yes.
But it wasn't.
Yes, he told somebody called Jelly Tots, my old name, to stay in my lane, apparently, yeah. Bless your Kicks, love you.
Hope you are. Oh, here we go. Here we go. We got Stu D and bloody Kicks together now. Jesus Christ! They'll be checking each other's willies to see if they've got a foreskin or not. The way they're talking.
Stu D. Oh, Stu D.
Yeah,
Right.
Stu D.
Hello, Stu D.
Stu D and Kicks are here. They'll be checking each other's. They'll be checking each other's willy to see if they've got a foreskin. You know, you know what I'm talking about there, don't you? And if nobody knows
Jacket potato skins. You always get four.
Well, that's
in a restaurant. You always get four skins.
Yeah,
with cheese on.
Back in the day, many moons ago, back in I think it was the 70s and 80s, then Tottenham was owned by a Jewish family. And I do believe,
you know, I don't know. We're all about sport.
Well, just hang on a minute. If this is not right, Kicks or Stu, can you correct me? But I do believe that it was owned by a Jewish family. They refused to allow them to play on a Sunday. Is that correct, or is that not correct? But then again, it doesn't sound right. But that's what I got told when I was younger. But I don't know how true that is.
Well, I imagine they want money paid out in gold.
Better than supporting a mid-table club. You'll be back in the okay then. Yeah, okay. We'll be back in the Champions League, not back in the Championship. I mean, look. Let's look at. You slag Arsenal off, but let's look at Arsenal. Let's look at Arsenal.
What's wrong with that, Clinton Stanley? Nobody talks about
because
that.
I've got two of them come in now.
What?
Right.
Accrington Stanley?
No.
They were made famous from the TV advert. Oh, fucking sport. Yeah. I hate sport.
Just 1 minute, Andy. Right. Since Tottenham, did you know, since Tottenham last won a trophy, right? Since Tottenham last won a trophy, the Arsenal manager signed for Arsenal, captained Arsenal to an FA Cup win, retired as a player, won 5 domestic trophies as Man City's assistant coach, became Arsenal manager, and has won the FA Cup as Arsenal's manager since Tottenham last won a trophy. Boring. You don't like the facts, do you? You don't like the facts, Kicks. They are facts. You don't like the facts. Since Tottenham last won a trophy, that manager is played for Arsenal, retired, gone on to fucking win 5 domestic trophies with Man City, and then came back and won a trophy with Arsenal. And you still can't. Yeah, go on then, Kicks. Off you go. Champions League, I'd concentrate on top half first if I were you. Oh, I tell you what, hilarious. You know, we got through to the semi-final of the Mickey Mouse European Cup. Now that's the same cup that Tottenham got knocked out of in the knockout in the league stages before they even got to the knockout stages, and we got through to the semi-final of that same cup. I rest my case. And now I've lost Andy. No, he's gone.
No, I'm here. Sorry, I've just I just served lunch. Global. Is that? Oh, hello, Aztec.
Yeah, you did get knocked out. You did get knocked out.
We dodged the bullet last time. Oh, this is football shit. I don't do football shit.
Just hold on a minute. I've got 2 of them. Just hold on. You did get.
Can't we talk about arseholes or something? That's it.
You finished third in the league, so you got knocked out. You didn't qualify to the knockout stages. Unfair. Unfairly booted from it. Okay, Stu. Okay. good job you. Hey, good job you know nothing about Stoke City either. Because I mean, fucking hell, Banksy were in here earlier. Good job we never started on Stoke. I mean, you know, Port Vale are getting more fans at the minute than Stoke City's ever seen. But,
So
yeah.
how's Crystal Palace doing? My local.
Crystal Palace, yeah, they're going to finish mid-table.
Yeah, Crystal Palace. Come on. How
Yeah, they're going to finish mid-table. They've had a good season under the new manager. Yeah, they've had a good season. You know, they'll finish mid-table. Yeah, they've not done bad. They've not done bad.
What about that other team with the Russian manager and all that crap? Have they sold it?
He's no longer.
Are they still in?
Yeah. No. It's been sold.
What's going on there?
The club's been sold.
Right. What? Under a special license that the news was talking about?
Yeah. It's been sold anyway. But
according to the news, he couldn't get the money. He couldn't get his money back. So how does that work?
He can't get his money. He can't get his money at the minute. I mean, you heard about Abramovich. At the minute, they're chasing him halfway across Europe. At the minute, he can't. He's on one of his.
I know he's left the country.
His yachts are moving. I think they're in Monterey. Oh, where is it? Monterey. Anyway, they're in some Russian friendly. There and all. Yeah, there and all.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah, well, apparently
geography's not my best point.
No, it's not my best point.
Monty Grego. No, Monty.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking! I can't.
Yeah. Well, anyway, let's look.
BT needs a time out for foolishness.
Only thing is, Kicks, you can't time me out, mate. But yeah. Anyway, listen. Just let me finish, right? Yachts left America. Started coming across to Europe. They went into Italy. Then he got them out of Italy quick, and they're now in a Russian-friendly country at the moment because there was another billionaire, Russian billionaire, who docked in at Italy to fuel up, and the Italian police have impounded his £120 million yacht. Just impounded it. Won't let him, because of these embargoes against the Russians. So Abramovich is yachts.
I thought he was poisoned. I thought he was at death's door or something.
Who?
Whatever his name is, the football owner. I thought he was at death's door. I thought he got poisoned along with like half the Ukrainian delegation or something for the peace talks.
No idea. I'm just watching. I've just been watching his yachts fly all over the place, trying to get to. Oh, I don't know. I've been watching all these yachts, trying all these big Russian yachts, because all the big Ruskies own all the massive yachts, and they're all trying to get them into safe dock because everybody's trying to take them off them. But yeah, in answer to your question, his house is gone. That's gone. That's been impounded over here. Everything in England's been impounded. But yeah, Chelsea.
Then a load of squatters trying to get in, or a load of protesters outside or something. I remember that.
They tried to get in, but no, they didn't.
Right.
Well, Stu Kicks knows that ain't true, but yeah, go on, carry on. Because I'll only take, in actual fact, on our night out, mine and Kicks night out, I will only actually take 300 baht out with me, because that's all I'll need for my taxi fare back to my hotel, because Kicks will need to pay the rest, because he'll be paying my bar bill and my food bill. So I'll only need 300 baht out, and that'll be my taxi fare back to my hotel. The rest will be paid by Kicks.
Oh, and it'll be about this. Are you still on about your bet between Kicks? I tell you what, that's going to cost you a fucking fortune.
Well, I before Kicks came on, I said that if I lose
Kicks
this bet,
takes no prisoners.
I know. I think if I lost this bet, night out with kicks would cost me probably 10,000 baht. I reckon 2,500 quid, and that's what I'll be thinking of. It's going to cost me, but trust me, if Kicks loses, it's going to cost him the same.
I don't know. You're a lightweight sometimes.
How did I get? Hang on a minute. Hang on.
What?
Whoa.
What?
Time out. I can time out Kicks. How the fuck did Keys One outdrink me?
Oh, you met him, didn't you? You were all in there. That's right. I remember that.
Doris, before you go upstairs, do you remember when we went out and we met up with Kicks and that Australian Keys One? Do you remember? Yes. Was I drunk that night when I went home? No. Thank you. I weren't even
she
drunk.
would defend. Listen. You can't ask her. You can't ask Doris. A good woman always defends her man. You can't ask her. I'm sorry.
I wasn't.
Sorry, I'm taking Kicks' word for it. Sorry. You can't. Sorry. I believe Kicks.
I was. Listen. There was no. Hang on a minute. Listen to me. There was only
Kicks,
one.
mate. Buy him 2 scotches and he's off the table. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Falling around on the floor.
Yeah,
2 scotches and he's gone.
that is true. What was it, Doris said? 2 scotches and I talk Chinese. We went out, right? Seriously, we went out one night. I think it was the only night I absolutely got absolutely hammered. And we went out with another couple and we started off on Sukhumvit Road, and then we ended up at Kesar Road, and we were drinking buckets. Kicks on. Most people who go there all know what I'm on about. We were drinking buckets, and I thought I was drinking Sambuca and Coke, but it weren't Sambuca. It was that cheap whiskey. What was it? Samson? Is it Samsung?
Oh, Samsung.
Yeah.
Samsung.
Yeah. So I thought, because he kept ordering these buckets, and I thought I was drinking.
That's horrible. That's rough stuff. That is. Oh.
Yeah, well, I thought I was drinking Sambuca. It ended up I was drinking this, and I can't drink whiskey. I really can't. It really gets to me. Really affects me bad. I can't drink whiskey. Well, cheers, Stu. But anyway, I couldn't remember getting in a taxi. She got me out the taxi back at the condo, right? Well, she's only 46 kilos soaking wet through. She's only like 46. She only weighs 46. She couldn't get me upstairs. She had to get 2 night porters to get me upstairs. Right? I spent half the night hanging onto the toilet, throwing up. And apparently the other night, because she recorded me, the other night I was lying in bed talking fucking Chinese.
Is that video available?
Well,
for friends and family.
Is it rum? No, either rum or whiskey, whatever it is. I thought whatever it was we had, it was like Thai whiskey. But yeah, it is available. She has still got the video of me talking Chinese, apparently. She says, I think it was Chinese. It weren't. I've never spoke Chinese in my life. I can't speak a word of Mandarin, I'll be honest with you. But whatever it was, she couldn't make sense of it. Oh, my God. I think I woke up the next day about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and my head was like I was wearing an internal balaclava. Do you remember the old balaclavas? It felt like I was wearing that, inside my head. It was, oh, my word. It took
no idea. I've never robbed a bank. Just let me know.
Oh, it took me about a day and a half to get over it. Seriously, about a day and a half. I couldn't look at I couldn't look at food. I couldn't look at drink or anything. And that was coming up to Christmas. I was in a bad way.
Doris, just to clarify, Doris still has that video?
Yeah. She still has that video, yeah.
Okay, I'll get to phone me after, will you please?
Yeah, right, okay. Yeah, she still has the video of me hanging on the toilet, throwing up, and I'll give her a do. I'll give Doris a do. She kept making sure I was okay. No, she kept coming
Well,
to
of
make sure.
course.
Kept coming to make sure we're okay. I'm hanging off this toilet. Oh my God, I was in. Oh Jesus, I was bad. I was bad that night. But that was the
You
only
didn't-
night.
Yeah, just tell me you didn't wrench your mouth out with a bum gun.
No. In actual fact,
That's all right.
no,
Oh.
I'm trying to think. Then no, I didn't. No,
No.
no,
That's all
I
right.
didn't.
That's
No.
all right.
No, but no, it bleeded out. But yeah, that's the only night in the whole time I was there that I actually got to the point where I couldn't stand up, where I was really, really, really bad, seriously drunk. Because I mean, as you know, I don't
Right.
drink a lot. I don't drink a lot. If
No.
I go out, I
No.
drink beer, and if I drink beer, I drink. My favourite drink, right, is Leo. Right, I know not a lot of people don't like Leo, but my favourite drink is Leo.
It tastes like piss. Water.
Yeah, well, Leo and Jaeger bombs. I can drink Jaeger bombs all night. Jaeger bombs, I can drink them till I can. You know, I literally can drink Jaegers all night. Not a problem. I remember one night, I think it might have been Christmas Eve. Went into Susie's bar on 7-1, and Warren and all his cronies were in there. All his mates were in there. You know Warren from YouTube.
What do you mean cronies? He ain't that old.
That's what. No, all his friends, all his
Is
mates. We call them. No, Warren. He's
Yeah, cronies are like old people.
No, they're not.
Is
They're
he?
just- Hmm.
Mid-50s? Oh, yeah, okay. Cronies they are then.
Yeah, he's got a mid-50s, but yeah. Anyway, it was because they go out every Friday night, and they're all in there this week, Christmas Eve, and I got them on the Jaeger bombs because one of them, I think he was a Canadian. He rang the bell and got sambucas, so we started on the sambucas, and then I rang the bell and got Jaeger bombs, and then
You
I
rang
think
that bell?
yeah,
Oh, you simp.
yeah. No, it's not that kind of bar. It wasn't that kind of bar. It wasn't, honestly. Susie's on, as Kicks will say.
Never
Susie's
been.
on
Oh,
7-1.
Bangkok. Never been
No.
Bangkok.
Yeah. It's
I
not
just
that
land
kind of
and
bar.
that's it. You get in a taxi.
You ring the bell. All you're basically doing is you're just buying every other bloke in there a drink, and the 4 women that work there a drink. That's it. It's nothing. You know, it's not like, you know, you sort of buying. There's never more than. I think ringing the bell costs. I think that night ringing the bell costs about 4,000 baht. So, and Mandy calling somebody a simp. Can't make this shit up. Oh,
We need to have a serious chat, Kicks. I'm telling you, mate. Fucking simp. Look who's talking. Right, that goes to a go-go bar with 2 birds. God, and then you get a grey goose on the table. Of course, they're going to be all over you. God,
who are you on about?
right? One of Kicks' little shorts. He was in a go-go bar, from what I can remember.
I
And he
thought
videoed
you, I
a
thought,
bottle of
no,
Grey
I thought he was.
Goose in ice.
No, that was in Konkan, weren't it?
Konkan.
Or was it Konkan when he had
fuck off.
3?
You bring up history. That's history. Yeah, I did, but that was history.
Kicks, leave him alone.
That was before he doxed a child. It was all right before that.
He
But anyway,
doxed his
apparently,
child
from
and
what I've heard,
did
he's
good,
reinvented himself anyway. Yeah, he's reinvented himself.
I don't watch him. I seriously don't watch him. I seriously cannot. I cannot bring myself to, because some of the.
Oh,
some
look,
of his
see, look,
5 point-
Kicks knows what I'm on about. That's not a go-go. That was 808 pool party. Okay, whatever. Yeah, see, there you go. Okay. I do watch it.
Well,
Despite your
Kicks, I
insults.
I thought it was the same place as you went to the disco in up Konkan or whatever it is. I thought that's where it was, so that proves what I know. But no, I can't. I'll be if we mentioning him, I can't handle some of his 5-point bulletins are just so ridiculous that I just can't. I don't understand how people see. He's saying these things, and people are. I cannot believe that people are genuinely believing what he puts, and genuinely believe what he says he's and taking it.
It's banter, isn't it?
Some people, yeah, but some
Yeah.
people actually do. Some people must do. Some people must do. Some people must believe it. Some people have got to be that gullible that they actually believe his 5-point bulletins. I mean, he did one the other day about clout, weren't it?
I got to admit, I am sub to him. I do get notifications, but I don't actually watch that often.
No, the only reason I know he did
once
one
a
about
month I'll
clout.
watch one.
Only reason I know he did one about clout is because one of the parody channels popped up, and they've done a video of him doing a video about clout, and that's the only reason I know he did one about clout. But I mean, I don't mean it funny, but I used to go the next morning and just click through. When he did a live stream at night, I used to go it like normally at night it's when I'm working, but then the next morning I'd get up and I'd click through his 5-point bulletins. Oh, right. Okay, fair enough, Kicks. But yeah, I clicked through his 5-point bulletins, and some of them, like, what was it? There was one that I did click through. Is never ask a Southeast Asian lady if she's single, because even if she's single, even if she's not single, even if she has a boyfriend, she'll still fuck you. In actual fact, if she had a Thai boyfriend, he would encourage her to do it. I mean, like, and somebody says to him, "Are you talking about all women or just, certain types of women?" He says, "Oh no, I'm talking about all women." So he's tying them all with the same brush. And I just think to myself, well, I know what you're saying is wrong, and not true, but people actually believe you that there are women with Thai husbands that'll and Thai boyfriends that'll, oh, here comes a Farang. Oh, go off with him. Go and fuck him. It's just, anyway.
Well, I know for a fact that I've heard stories, factual stories that a Thai lady with a boyfriend or husband forbid sexual contact with Farang. Get as much money out of him as you can, but don't fuck him.
Yeah, but the thing is,
I've heard stories lately for that.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, you've heard stories of, and look, we've all heard stories out. There's Thai women that'll rip your arse out and take every penny you've got. We've all heard stories of that, but there's the same. You hear the same stories about English women, American women, French women. Every fucking nationality's got them kind of women. But he seems to, when he talks, he doesn't turn around and say, "Well, that's what I know, or that's what I think, or that's my opinion." He says it's fact. I only speak fact. I only speak truth. This is every woman. Every woman in Thailand will fuck you, whether she's married to a Thai man or not, whether she's got a Farang boyfriend or not. She will fuck you. I mean, but then again, he was saying that when he was in Thailand, he was, if I can correctly say this, he was being paid to fuck women anyway, weren't he? Thai women were paying him. Thai women were paying Barry to fuck them. So, maybe he's got something we ain't got. But yeah, Stu, yeah, you're right, mate. You're definitely right. But the other week that we would, me and Doris was out. We was out. We went that bottle kicking. Do you remember?
Oh yeah.
And
yeah,
you know that the couple that we were out with,
yeah.
he owns and he's owned it for 17 years. He owns a bar on Walking Street, right? I'm not going to name the bar because I don't
Don't
want
mention, don't mention that.
I'm not going to name the bar and I'm not going to name the couple, but he owns a bar on Walking Street, right? And you know that the one question, and he's owned it for 17 years on Walking Street, and he knows most people on Walking Street. And I asked him if he knew Club Fillers Inc., Barry the Boss, or anything like that. He'd never heard of Club Fillers Inc., but he said he doesn't deal with nightclubs, so but he didn't know Club Fillers Inc. He'd seen a big coloured gentleman, because I have to word it right. He'd seen a big coloured gentleman handing out.
No, you can't say that. That's wrong. You can't say that.
I'm using it. No. I'm using his words, not my words. Okay. So
right. That's old school. You can't say that anymore.
Yeah, but he'd seen a big coloured gentleman handing out flyers on Walking Street, but he didn't know his name, and he didn't know. He just knew that there was a big coloured gentleman handing out flyers back in the early, like the last decade. In other words, sort of the early 2010.
The last 10 years,
if you understand. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
But he says he hadn't seen him for a while since then. But as far as he knew, all he ever did was hand out flyers. And that was me asking him, just in conversation. I just asked him, "Oh, do you know such and such? Do you know this bloke? Oh, and he just says, "Yeah, all he ever seen him do was hand out flyers. That's all he ever seen him do." So half of what comes out of his mouth is fucking total and utter bull. Nothing else, just bull.
Yeah, but it's funny banter, though, isn't it?
No. It used to be. Look. Look, it used to be funny banter, right? The chat used to be hilarious, and it used to be funny banter, right? Yeah, and I'll agree with you. But then he went through a toxic phase where he literally.
Don't they all, though?
No, but the thing is with Barry,
some of them just haven't got over it yet.
Yeah, but I'll say this about Barry, right? The problem is with Barry, if somebody has a go at Barry doesn't have a go at that person. Barry brings that person's partner, son.
No, he's done that once. I don't think he's done it again.
No, he hasn't. No. He hasn't done that once. He's done that more than once.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
He's done that more than once.
Because that's more than one person. When he did the kid and the
he did that to Dum Dum. He did that to Dum Dum, but he did that to Dum Dum.
That's the one.
He's done it more than once. He did it to Be More Ron about Fon. Be More Ron. He said he did it. Yes. He's now talking about Be More Ron and the two girls that Be More Ron's with. He did it. He did it to. He's done it to other people. Said some, goes off on one and says some things about their partners. I'm not going to name the people because we all know who they are. But he's done it, and that's the thing with him. He doesn't keep it to just. He doesn't. What?
You can tell me privately. I said we don't, but you can tell me privately.
I will tell you privately. But he does. It's what he does. In actual fact, I'll stick it in.
I'm on the phone. It's awkward.
I know it's all right. It's all right. I'll tell you later. But he does. But that's what he does. And that's what he does. You see, and that's he claims he's this, he's that, he's the boss, he's the mafia leader, he's this, he's that, but he's not. But I'm not going to jump on the bandwagon of everybody that dislikes Barry. The main reason I dislike Barry is the simple fact that he spouts shit. His 5-point bulletins are shit. He knows nothing about Thailand outside of Pattaya, but he claims he does.
Well, you know
claims
that
he
as well
knows
as I
it.
do.
But people are
Every
believing
piece of
him.
information I have, I've shared with you.
Yeah.
I know Barry's history for the last 10 years. The idiot shared it with me.
Well, it's the same
You know,
as we
and
know.
he's
Barry,
been the
okay,
safest of Earth.
here's another
The
example
bullshit.
then, right? Right, here's another example. Barry claimed, right, that he went over to Thailand with the sole intention of owning a nightclub. Hear me out first, let me speak. That was what Barry turned around and said, that the sole intention when he went over to Thailand was that. We both know that that's bullshit. We both know that he went over for an holiday after he'd split up with his girlfriend, after he'd split up with his
3-month holiday.
Yeah, a 3-month holiday. And the only reason he ended up staying longer was because of Iceland, the Icelandic volcano that erupted, and it grounded all the planes. And he was stranded at the airport and couldn't get a flight out of Thailand. And that's the only reason he stayed longer than the 3 months he intended to stay. And yet, according to him, he went over there with a 5-year plan to own a nightclub. That was bullshit.
Yeah.
That was bullshit. Yeah, but it's not. Oh, don't get me wrong, Kicks. Don't get me wrong, Kicks. I blame Mandy for a completely different reason. What that reason is.
Oh, it wasn't just me. It was Tuna and Patrick, and
no,
he was the underdog at the time.
No, you was the idiot that bought him the 300 subscribers to take him over the 1,000 so he could monetize. You were the idiot that bought him them subscribers.
That
Nobody else.
Ukraine, yeah, I did. Yeah, that was for the Ukraine trip.
Yeah, you bought him the 300 subscribers to get him over 1,000.
Yeah,
nobody else did.
Yeah,
but what I'm saying is that he's actually openly admitted. I mean, I've heard some of the shit he comes out with. He lived in a 3-bedroom villa in thingy. But then he puts up on his. If you go on his community page, you'll see that he lived in a 4,000 baht condo.
Oh, that's just one receipt. I've got several others. There's several others as well.
A 4,000 baht a month condo.
Yeah.
Which, as we all know, in any country, well, in anywhere in Thailand, 4,000 baht a month is not a very good condo. I mean,
no.
So,
and looking at the electric bill, he certainly didn't have aircon either, or if he did, he didn't bloody use it.
He limited himself, didn't he? Because I've also seen, which you've sent me before, is his pay slip.
Oh, I've got several of them as well. Yeah.
He was on commission.
It's all in public domain. It's all on Facebook, which is public. There you go. Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, according to him, he had all this, he had that, he had all the others. But these people, I mean, he's an entertainer. Is about all he is. He's an entertainer. That's all he is. But he's an entertainer. But he's an entertainer. But then he allows the chat. I mean, I've watched the chat. Right before he allows the chat to attack anybody they want to try. He's got.
Oh, but that's most channels. Come on.
No,
Timmy's channel.
No.
Look. No. I shouldn't say Timmy's, but that's every channel, right? Including Stu D and occasionally yours.
It's not my
deleted.
It's not mine.
That's everybody.
It's not
everybody's channel.
Nobody. I don't leave the comments up. Show me where I've left any comments up of anybody.
No, I'm not talking about leaving comments up. Right, but you can't stop a third party from chucking in, from throwing in.
But he does leave it up.
Well, that's down to his mods then, because clearly Barry doesn't. Look, Barry doesn't know what's going on in the so-called community. Like the mods do. Right, they should deal with that.
Bollocks. Right? It's me you're talking to, Andy. It's me you're talking to, right? And we both know, without any shadow of doubt, that Barry spends fucking virtually every single waking day when he's awake of his life on YouTube, watching every channel. He knows everything that goes on. Anyway, let's get off that now. Frosty's just said, Andy, if your horse finishes second or third in the 135 at Newbury on Sky Bet, right? What are you on? Ollie Burke
I'm still not on
is
Sky
riding-
Bet. I've got. I tell you what, I support Holly all the way. She's a
Well, she's on a-
little thing the way
she's
she
on a-
loves her
she's on a 17.
thingy
She's
up
on a
against the
17.
horses.
She's on a 17 to 1 shot.
Right. Well, I'd support her, but I'm
Well,
not on
he
Sky
says
Bet.
if-
I've got to.
if you get on
I still haven't
Sky-
signed up for that Sky. Yeah, I haven't done it yet. I've been too
Well, he
busy.
said if you have it on to win and it finishes second or third, you get your money back.
Well, I wouldn't get my money back if I had it on to win, would I?
Yeah, you would.
I could have it on each way.
No, but if you
What?
had it on to win,
If I had
you
it on
get
to
your money
win, I'll
back.
get my money back.
Yeah.
What, if I had it on to win?
If you had it on
Yeah,
to
but
win,
you know,
and
if
it
I had it on
finishes-
each way,
well, if you had it on each
if I had
way,
it
you'd
on
make
to
a
win,
profit.
I'd get my money back.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
Fucking hell, what's the right? Sky Bet are saying that if your horse finishes second or third, they'll give you your money back.
Really?
Yes. Jesus Christ.
Well, that's
yes.
what I misread then. Yeah, okay. I misread that. Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cheers, bro. I'm not signed up. I've only signed up to Ladbrokes. For the last month, I've been saying I've got to sign up to this Sky Bet thing because it offers more places. But I haven't actually managed to get around to it or even remembered.
There is a catch, right? I will tell you there is a
Oh,
catch to
what's
Sky
the
Bet.
catch?
To Sky.
What's
No,
the catch?
listen.
That's why. Come on.
There is a catch to Sky Bet offering their extra place. You do not get guaranteed odds on the races where they offer the extra place. So the odds you take are the odds you get paid.
Right. Okay. So if I put my bet on let's say 5-1, and then it drops to I don't know, let's say 20-1, I'm stuck with that 5-1. I won't get 20-1.
Yes.
Basically what
Yes.
you're saying.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
It won't. It
Right.
won't do that.
But the
It won't
advantage is
do
I get the extra place. I get a win, but not as much as right. Okay. Right. But then
on
again,
the
to be fair,
extra
I wouldn't do an each way on my 5-1. My limit
that's-
seems to be 6, maybe 7-1 before I do an each way.
Oh,
Otherwise,
normally,
I don't
on,
think it's
on
worth
the
it.
on the extra place, which is normally a fifth of the odds. I normally pick 12-1, 14-1 horses. Right, I go 12-1,
Right.
14-1 for the extra place, and normally they'll drift out maybe 2 points to 16-1, but very rarely do the. I mean, I've had one the other day. I took 16-1, it drifted out to 33-1, but it didn't finish anyway. So it didn't make no odds, but it did drift out to 33-1, and I took which was double the odds, but I took the 16. So they do drift. They do
Right.
drift. So
Right.
you will get them, but you won't get a 5-1 that'll drift out. You won't get a 5-1 that'll drift out to 20-1. Doesn't happen. But also, there is another advantage of Sky Bet, and that is you get free porn at midnight on a
Really?
Saturday night.
Really?
No, I'm joking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Only. And here's another.
Right.
Yeah, it is
So,
only.
question.
It's only.
Okay.
It's,
Serious question.
hang on. Let me finish. Let me tell you what. Let me tell you the.
Go on.
No,
go on.
let me just tell you the real thing. There is one other really
Go
good
on.
thing about Sky Bet, and that is you
Right.
can bet in running.
Ah, yeah, you said that before.
So as
Yeah,
the race goes
yeah.
off, if they think the horse, if they think the horse could be odds on favourite, but if after 2 furlongs they think it's got no chance, it could drift out to 20-1, and then still finish like a steam train and win. So the horses are fluctuating all the big word that
Right.
is for a Saturday. The horses are fluctuating
Yeah,
all the
yeah.
time during the the in-bet running, but they're very
Right.
rarely.
Whereas-
But you can't bet on a flat race. You can't bet inside
Yeah.
the final furlong. Inside the final furlong, they normally end the betting, but there is
Right. Whereas,
in race betting.
right. Okay. Well, there's Ladbrokes that I've signed up to, and I tend to stuck to at the moment. They suspend it the minute the race starts, maybe 30 seconds
Yeah.
before they kick off.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
this
yeah,
don't.
that's it. That's
This
not.
don't. This
Right.
don't.
Okay.
This'll-
Right. Now,
this you can-
my question to yourself, and hopefully Dave, if Dave's listening, because he's a horse
he's
racing
not been
fanatic like you lot.
he's not been on all morning, but go on,
Right.
carry on.
Oh, okay. Anyway, to yourself, Dave, and Frosty, what's the advantage and the disadvantages between an extra place and guaranteed odds? Where am I?
The
As a novice, I
I would right. I would personally.
I'm on about cash rewards. I'm not on about winners.
Okay. Okay.
Right.
Is it?
Come on.
Is it?
Let's
If
go.
I was,
You two.
if-
Come on,
if-
Frosty.
Okay then. Okay. Shut up then. Let me answer. Because I've got to go and have my noodles in a
Right.
minute.
Go on then.
Right. From me.
Really?
Right.
Is that an
Yeah,
innuendo for something or?
No, she's cooked noodles.
Okay.
Basically, if you was going to back 5-1 or under, I would say stick with Ladbrokes. If you were going to back outsiders and go each way, I always say the extra place is worth it. Especially in bigger fields, especially in smaller fields, they'll offer 4 places on an 8-horse or 9-horse race. Well, your horse is only going to beat half the field to get money if you're backing 10-1, 12-1 shots. If you are doing short priced, i.e., 3-1, 2-1, I would stick with Ladbrokes, because if they drift out half a point, it's a big half a point. Because if you're betting, if you're going to have a 3-1 shot, you're not going to be betting like £2, £3 each way. You're going to be having £10, £20 win. So if it goes from 3-1 to 4-1, that's an extra tenner. Whereas going from 16-1 to 17-1 or 18-1 is not a big. It's not such a big jump, if you understand what I mean. So if I was backing 12, anything above 8-1, 10-1, 10-1, I would go with the extra place. Anything less than that, I would stick with. I have them both. I have Ladbrokes and Sky Bet, and that is the reason I have both. Is because I scour to see which ones. I mean, some of the races they offer first 6. Some of them I've seen first 7. Everybody else is offering the first
7.
4. Yeah. Some of them have been offering the first 4, and Sky Bet's been offering the first 7. You're getting 3 extra places.
Right.
And I've had horses that have finished 6th, that have finished 6th and 7th, and I've still been paid.
Right. I mean, despite my let's say my eyesight, if you like, on the phone and everything, and I've been supporting the wrong horse and everything, thinking I've won and I've lost, and thinking I've lost and I've won and all that crap. Greens and blues on the phone are a bit dodgy, and then of course they change colours just before the race and all that crap. Not colours, jerseys, isn't it? Jerseys or jumpers, whatever you guys call them.
Yeah, change the colours. Yeah, but they don't change. They can't.
Yeah.
Look. They don't change. Look, listen. They never change the colours.
They did the other day.
No, they didn't change the colours. The colours are sometimes misrepresented. Now, listen, for fuck's sake.
Oh.
They don't change the colours because the colours belong to the owner. They don't listen to me. Let me explain. They don't change the colours, but sometimes the colours or the design in the paper is wrongly represented. They don't change the colours. They've always got the same colours. The horse will always wear the owner's colours. They won't change because they have to be registered with the jockey club. They have to be passed by the jockey club. The only thing that will change is if you've got 2 horses that are owned by the same owner, the colour of the cap will change.
Cap, Dutch cap. Oh, cap. Yeah.
Right. So the colour of the cap will change. That's the only thing that changes. What does happen, and I've seen it a lot on Sky Bet, on Ladbrokes, what does happen is the drawing or the painting or whatever you want, the picture of the colours in the paper are misrepresented. They're not quite right. The colours might be slightly wrong.
Right.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's not their colours have not changed. It's the papers that are getting it wrong. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I'm with you on that.
So that's what it is. You have to remember that, like King Power will always be blue with a white
King
white.
Power,
No, I'm just
White
saying.
star,
I'm trying to give you it. No, it's not a white star. It's a white band round his waist, right, round his chest.
Yeah,
White
and a white star on his helmet.
Yeah, but sometimes if there's two in the race, the next one might not have that. It might just have pure blue. The next one might have pure white. Do you understand what I mean? It will only be the number.
I do.
The number one horse wears the number one horse wears the correct colours. The number two horse will wear a slightly different cap. Okay.
Right. Okay. Right.
Anyway,
so next question. It sounds like if I want winners and get the blood flowing and the old adrenaline going and the foot stamping and the screaming, the shouting, I should go with Sky Bet because they offer more places rather than return.
Yeah, because there was an horse yesterday, right? There was a race yesterday where the winner had gone inside the final furlong. The winner, the one that won the race, had gone 5 lengths clear of the field inside the final furlong. Now, if you've just done, and the second and third had also gone about 3 lengths clear of the rest of the field. Whoa, what's just happened?
I don't know.
Someone's died. Hold on.
Oh. You're going like an arse about my question. So to get the blood flowing and the adrenaline flowing and the foot stamping and the screaming and the shouting, more places are better than best odds.
Yes, but that's what I said.
Right. Well, you went about asked about face about answering it. The answer would have been yes or no, basically.
No, but what I was trying to say was there was a race yesterday where the one that finally won it went 3 lengths clear of the second and third, which them in themselves was 3 or 4 lengths clear of the rest of the field.
Exactly. Ask about bloody face. I don't care
No,
about
yes, but I was still cheering on Miles.
I hate you, sportsman. I hate you.
Oh, fuck off a minute.
Oh.
Right. So I've muted you so I can speak. So I was still cheering on Miles because Miles was still in the frame to get me money, even though it couldn't finish in the first 3, which everybody else was playing because Sky Bet were paying the first 5. So I still was a chance of getting some money. So I was still cheering it on. That's all I wanted to say. Now
and you muted me for that.
Yes. Anyway, hello, Thailand Mick.
You muted you had
say
the
hello
bollocks to muted me.
Say hello
what do
to
you mean, hello, Thailand Mick?
I've just said say hello to Thailand Mick.
Thailand Mick? Hang on a minute. Oh, I'm on the phone. Hang on. Oh, you're right, Mick. How are you, big boy?
And I will be back in a minute now because I need a pee.
Oh, you'll leave me alone again? Well, at least get fucking Mick on. I've got nobody to talk to. You know it's awkward. What do I talk about? The weather, my washing, my ironing. He's gone. I hate it when people disappear and leave me alone. Mick, I can't do it. Only on my phone, mate. Well, so am I and all. Jump on. Come on, Mick. Jump on. This could be your revival. Revival? You come back. Help me out here. The bastard's left me alone. What the hell am I supposed to do? I don't even know who's watching or listening or anything. Weird. I hate the phone. Only on my phone, mate. I can't come on. Well, I'm on my bloody phone. No, you okay? Oh, bollocks to you. Look, come on. You can discuss betting, horse
Right,
racing.
anyway. Right,
Maybe not
anyway.
football.
Leave Mick alone. If you don't want to come on, he don't want to come on. He's
I was on my
he's,
own. I was desperate. You fucked off.
Yeah,
He's the only
he's
one in the chat. Of course,
He's not-
I'm climbing. I'm clawing for anybody to come on.
well, listen, I would have been a bit quicker, but have a guess what?
Oh, I don't know. Doris wanted another pair of trainers.
No, Doris, I got the Dorian out.
Oh, you're joking.
Yep.
Sticker in the garden.
Sticker in the garden. I tell you
Oh,
what.
seriously.
I tell you what.
I'd kick her in the garden. I wouldn't have any of that crap in my house. Seriously. I don't care how nice it tastes. Right?
It does taste
I'll
nice.
tell you what.
I tell you what.
I
it's
know.
expensive.
I know. I'll tell you what, right? If women's down below parts smelt like that, yeah, there'd be a lot more oral sex in the fucking garden than there would be in your fucking bedroom. Trust me on that one.
Yeah, but yeah,
That's how
I mean,
bad it stinks.
it is really, really expensive. We could have bought a full one, as in still with the skin on.
We mean a full one.
You want to go today?
You mean a whole one?
Yeah.
Tell me if they have a 2 or 3 left.
Yeah, 48
48.
£48.
Yes.
What's the,
£48.
what's the full one? A whole one?
It
you mean
means-
a whole.
Yeah, a whole one. You know, not been
Right.
not
We'll say a whole one rather than a full one.
not been cut open. A full one means it's not been cut open. It's not. You've not got rid of the shell or anything. You've not got to the fruit
A
inside.
whole one would have been a better description.
Okay,
Anyway.
whole. £48.
A whole.
And it's and
For a whole one.
Yeah, 2.1.
2.2.
2.2 kilos, 48 quid.
Right, 2.2. So I'm guessing going by the skin and everything else. You're lucky to get what, a kilo out of that?
About a kilo. You'll get about a kilo of meat.
Yes.
Yeah, about a kilo of meat. Oh, flesh. Sorry,
It's not
flesh.
meat though, is it?
Flesh.
It's not flesh. Flesh is on the outside.
Okay. Well, what do you want to call it then?
I don't know. Guts. That's what it fucking smells like.
It smells like
The
moldy
guts of
socks.
the thing.
It smells like
Well-
moldy socks.
Moldy white socks. Please say white socks. Moldy white.
Oh, I need to put the white. Oh, who wears white socks? I mean, come on.
I do. Oh, I can't do nothing. I'm on StreamYards. But anyway, yeah, I do. Oh, hello, Doris. Oh, I thought about you last night, but you wouldn't let me.
Really?
But that's another story.
I had problem last night.
You had a problem last night. What was your oh, do tell me. What was your how did you feel? What was your problem last night? Please, come on. Do tell.
She's winding you up.
Do tell. What was your problem? Oh, bitch. Because I had a dream about her the other night, actually. You're supposed to say, did you? And I said, no, she wouldn't let me. You've ruined the joke. You ruined everything.
What? What have I ruined? Oh, how many times are you? Whoa.
Whoa, what?
Thank you, Frosty. Thank you very much.
For what?
Mate, that's from Mitch.
I
Well,
can-
if I knew what the fuck it was, I'd be on it. I'm feeling lucky. Come on, Frosty. I'm feeling lucky. Come on, it's
There's
not often
no
I
way.
feel this way.
Listen, I've told you.
Come on.
I've told you. The only way you're going to get tips is if you. Oh, actually, yeah. I could do it that way, couldn't I? Members. I could give you the tip for members.
I am a fucking member. I'm a top fucking dog member. I have been for
what
fucking
I just
ages.
said.
Give it to me. Give it to me.
I just said that.
Yes. Give it to me, man. Come on. Members area. Give it to me.
Members.
I want it. I want it now.
No, because it'll lose. You are jinxed.
It won't. It won't. I'm feeling lucky.
You know something. You know that.
Don't
you know
be silent. Answer me.
Hang on. I'm going to say something. Right.
Go
you know
on.
that that's.
Go
You know
on.
that that's just. You know that that's just come on there. Yeah. I'm not going to name it. Do not read it. But you know that that's just come on there that I've just hidden and blocked. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can tell you, guarantee you 100% I know who that is. Not even 50%.
Oh, don't you? You sound like every other fucking YouTuber.
No.
That's this, that's that, that's this.
No, I'm not going to tell
Nobody
you.
knows who
No,
anybody is.
listen to
Ridiculous.
me. Listen to me. I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to name him on here. I'm not going to name him on here, but I will send you a message. I will send you a message and I will give you the reason why I know who that is. Okay?
Right. Oh, I've just seen it. I've seen the avatar. Yes, that's my old Jelly Tots account. That's
But
not mine.
No, I know exactly
Yeah,
who
I
that
know.
is.
Yeah. That's my old Jelly Tots account. Yeah.
I'm just saying. I
It's
know
all
who that
shits
is.
and giggles on YouTube. Never takes it off YouTube. Never sends
No.
cards, never sends cash. Never sends pizza.
No. It's not him. It's not him.
Really?
It's not him. It's not him.
But
I
the avatar
guarantee
is
you.
my old Jelly Tots account.
Yeah, but I guarantee
It's not
you it's
the
not him.
correct one, but
No,
really?
I'll tell you why it's not him. I'll tell you exactly why it's him. You've just I will now tell you the reason that it's not him.
Hey, Dave.
The reason it's
missed you, Dave.
Right, the reason it's not him is because of what they've called me. Now, he never calls me that. He calls me my real name, not that.
No idea.
Hold on a minute.
Dave. Anyway, change the subject. Dave, mate. Any tips for horses today? I'm feeling lucky, Dave. Come on, time's getting on. It's 22-1. The racing's going to start. Come on, Dave. Ignore what people tell you about, Midas touch and all that crap and bad luck. Ignore all that. Come on, Dave. Give me your tips. Frosty gave me two, but I don't believe them. I think Frosty's trying to mislead me purely because of my history. But
Morning,
I'm feeling
Dan.
lucky.
Morning, Danny.
Two
You all right, mate? Morning, Dave.
You got 2 ticks. Yeah, fine. Give me 1 tick. 2 ticks. I don't care how many ticks.
Morning, Dan. Morning, Dave. But yes, so changing the subject, getting away from what's happening on there, right? Because if you look, both, just answering your question, both accounts have got the same avatar. But I just thought I'd tell you that. Because if you look, there's 2 separate accounts there.
Both accounts?
Yeah, look, it's 2 separate accounts. And they both got the same avatar.
I don't know. I'm on StreamYard. I can't do nothing.
No, you can see there's 2 accounts. They've come on with 2 accounts. Yeah.
If you say so, I don't notice any difference.
Yeah, there's 2 accounts and they both got the same avatar. Anyway, getting back to what we're talking about, Dorian, yeah, £48 for 2.2
No,
kilos.
stop Dorian. No, Dave's on. I want some tips.
He's just said give him 2. He said give him 2 ticks and he'll find them. Hang on. Okay.
Oh, right.
Hold on then.
Oh, drop the link. He's got headphones. Drop the link. There you go.
There you go. Morning, Dan, by the way. We're talking.
Dave. Hang on.
We were.
Dave. Oh, Dan, where's Dan? Hello, see you, Dan.
Dan's there.
Oh, yeah, Dan. Yeah, sorry, I've just seen him. Yeah. Dave, are you sure you want to come on and with your voice? This will be a first.
See this one.
This will be a first. Morning. Yeah. It's just gone 12 over here, Dan. It's afternoon now. I hate being on the bloody phone. Chat, mic, cam, settings. No, I don't want to leave. There you go. Anyway, I'd like Dan's opinion. Right? John and Frosty has already given me their opinion. I'd like your opinion, if I may, Dave. Ladbrokes do best odds, and Sky Bet do extra places. What's best to go on to? The extra place or the best odds?
Andy, why don't you just
That's
wait
my
for him?
dilemma at the moment.
Andy, why don't you ask him when he comes on?
I don't know where Dave's never been on. I don't know where that's Dave. I'm not on. Oh, he's on. He's on. Is he on? He said he's on. I don't know.
I can't see him down the bottom, but it's definitely Dave because he's got a spanner.
I
So
don't know. I'm on
Tanya,
StreamYards. I'm on the phone.
I'm just-
That's what I told you.
I'm
The phone's awkward. Don't argue
Ian,
with me. I'm
he's on
telling you, the
now.
phone's
Shut
awkward.
up.
Oh, for God's sake.
Dave, mute your YouTube chat. Right. Hello. Welcome.
You're right there, Dave. Good.
Yeah, just have to be quick. I'm in one of the tents at Firsk.
He's in one of the tents at Firsk.
Anyway, I don't know if it's live, but yeah, I've got two.
Right.
Go on,
The
then.
good thing is we can hear you, but we can't see you, which is good. Don't doubt
Andy,
yourself.
Andy, shut up. He's got two tips.
So I've
You've
got two.
tits. I've got two tits. What?
Go on, then.
But you're
Go
going to
on.
have to wait because it's not till 20 to 9 at Doncaster. So can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah, we got you, mate. Yeah.
It's Wentworth Falls, but it's each way.
Yeah, come on, keep giving your tips out. Go on.
Wentworth Falls. I think it's a landscape in Canada, but it's the name of a horse, Andy. Can you hear this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect.
You talk, we hear. Yeah.
Because it's on a public Wi-Fi.
8-1. 8-1.
Yeah, I've been given that.
And
Now,
what's
is
your
this
other
a
one?
confident tip or a
Shut up a
or a
minute.
guess?
What's your other one?
He's usually pretty good, but the price. I mean, he's got 14 to 1, and like John said, it's 8-9 to 1 now.
So what's your other one?
And then the other one is actually at Firsk. Quarter to 6, 5:45.
Hold on then.
Is this quite clear? Because I've never
Well,
used the YouTube before.
yeah,
I've used
yeah.
the Twitch. Huh?
Yeah. Perfect.
Okay, and then the other
Yeah,
one,
you're clear.
6. And it's
Yeah, hear you
8
perfectly.
IRV,
What time was it?
5:45.
5:45, and it's what?
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
IRV, Irv.
Yeah, it's been back down from 12-1 to 10-1.
That's the award I've been given, but they've got 18-1 on it.
Yeah. So there
Right,
you,
Dave,
there
in
you
your
go.
experience, Dave, in your experience, bear in mind that I'm a newbie, yeah, right. My question to you, seriously, no, is should I go for Ladbrokes, which offers best odds, yeah, guaranteed, or go to Sky Bet, which gives one, maybe two extra places? That's my dilemma at the moment. Yeah.
Probably, I'd probably stick to the high street. I think you should take your £2 out of your piggy bank and go and support the high street. You shouldn't be doing this online, Dave.
Yeah, online. Yeah. No, I don't go down high street because it creates more problems.
Last time it was,
you take your bank into the bank, get your £2 out, and then go and support the high street.
last time he went down the high street,
Always bet cash.
He got propositioned, so he can't go down the high street.
Yeah,
Is that the same one that jumped into his car?
Didn't I? That was a problem.
Is that...
It wasn't the fact that I was propositioned. It's the fact that I was stupid enough I can accept it.
Stick to the main drag and stay off those back alleys, don't you?
Yeah, but back alleys are more let's say adrenaline filled.
Oh, it's glorious day. So you need to get yourself to the races as well, Andy.
I have never been to the races. I've been to the dogs many times. I mean, I'm going back a few years now. But the thing I didn't like about the dogs was one, the hot dogs and burgers were horrible. The races were over so quick. You know, you were like running up to the counter every like 2 minutes, putting your bet on because the race is finished and over.
The racing on the dogs
Didn't
is
like
every
the dogs at all.
Yeah, but it's the same. It's the same with your bars at race courses, because it's not a 365-day operation. It's all contract, and that's why the race course have to make, and then the contractor has to make. That's why you get your £6 a pint.
The thing is, Andy, the dogs is every 15 minutes.
There was no booze. Wimbledon dogs. There was no booze.
Andy,
Couldn't believe
the
it.
dogs is,
Well
Andy, the dogs
off.
is every.
Yeah,
the
go
dogs
on.
is
Yeah,
every,
keep going. Yeah, what?
the dogs is every 15 minutes, and the horses are every 30 minutes. So
A lot of the dog tracks have gone as well because of the pandemic.
yeah,
The one I used to go to.
we've still got it. I mean, Sheffield's still got theirs.
I used to go to Bellevue a lot. It's gone.
Yeah. I don't like Nottingham still got theirs, but I don't like theirs because I used to go to Coventry a lot.
Coventry.
Yeah, Coventry dog track.
The Highfield Road, has that been knocked down yet?
Yeah, that went years ago.
Yeah.
That went years ago. Coventry dog track is Billingham, Billingly, near Coombe Abbey.
Billingham.
Near Coombe Abbey. If you head out that way, it's there. So.
No idea what you guys are talking about.
I used to go to Bellevue every Friday and Saturday night. And there's rumours it's going to be houses, but
there's a lot gone that way. I mean, Leicester.
Can't see it coming back because I mean they've been complaining about the attendances at York this week, and no one's been there for 3 years.
I know. Well, they were moaning about Chester.
Same thing. Yeah.
Exactly the same. The moaned about what they're moaning about the most is not so much the attendances. They're moaning about the size of the races. They're saying there's not enough class horses going into the races. What's
happening is the 3-year-olds are going down to Oz or Singapore, Hong Kong.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They're not staying where
They're not staying in training, no.
No, I mean, it shows because you watch it. You watch a Saturday at the races, right? Which used to have big fields. Now they've got fucking minute fields because there's too many meetings. I mean,
yes. there's the supply's not meeting the demand.
Yeah. Very true. Very true. What do you reckon, Andy? Do you agree or disagree?
I haven't got a fucking clue what you guys are talking about.
So Mr. Andy, I'm recommending there is you do a 50 pence each way double. 5:45 first. Wentworth Falls, 8:40 Doncaster. 50 pence each way double, and then you've got £1 for a bag of chips on your way back from the bookie, haven't you?
Andy,
I was hoping for a bit more than a bag of fucking chips. Do you know how much a bag of chips is down in South London?
Andy,
Jesus
Andy,
Christ.
I recommend.
We're from the north, Andrew.
I recommend.
We're from the north, so yeah.
You do £5 each way on the first one, £5 each way on the second one, and then a £5 each way double.
Right. Listen, seriously, Friday, right, in my household, right, Fridays are, I've been brought up, Friday's a fish day, right? So I went down the road Friday yesterday. I got fish and chips. How much?
He's probably still celebrating Lent this one.
Oh, fuck you! Fucking Lent, right? £9 fish and chips, and that's cod. That's cod. That's not fish. That's cod. £9.
Yeah, it took Wagoneers £11.50.
It's disgusting. It really is.
Slippery fish. Anyway, what we're watching FA Cup final here. It's got BBC on. Are you watching ITV or BBC?
I'm not watching either of them at the minute because I was watching the end of the rugby league in Australia. But listen, my tip for today.
No rugby. I don't mind beating rugby.
3-0.
Right?
3-0 Liverpool today. Take your money on it. 3-0
game.
Liverpool.
Yeah, but you're missing my point. Rugby's a proper man's sport.
What?
I've got that start of the season. I got from one of I think it was Betfred. It was bet £20 on the league top goal scorer, and you got some sort of concession back. It was that long ago, I can't remember. Anyway, I did that bloody Mo Salah, right? Yeah. He was about 10 goals clear, and that bloody Chinaman's right on his tail now. That Chinaman for Spurs. I'm shitting it, and I think he's going to get done.
I thought he was Korean.
Yeah, sorry, yeah. He's right on his tail. He's a goal behind him. Yeah, I think I'm going to get done on it.
Nah, you won't.
Most of our can't score shit at the minute.
Spurs won't score another goal.
I'm going to say 5-1 he was.
Spurs won't score another goal.
No, he was what's his name? John's son. What's his name?
Yeah, Son.
Spurs won't he was loads of goals behind him, and now he's one behind. But Spurs' last game is Norwich, and they're giving up goals for fun. The only goals that Salah's been getting, since Salah went to that African Cup, he's been crap. And the only goals he can get are penalties. And they only come around once in a blue moon, don't they? Well, I'm going to get done for it, I think. But it's okay because Irv's going to win the last race today.
Yeah, you'll get out of jail on that one. There's nothing better. There's nothing better than getting out of jail on the last race. Nothing better.
Well, that's the old gambler's fin, isn't it? There's more satisfaction from getting even than getting ahead.
Yeah.
So if you're £100 down and then you get that £100 back in the last race, that's more satisfying than being £50 up.
Cash out, Dave.
No.
Cash out. Right, listen, you lot. My noodles are out on the table now. Doris is.
Oh, well, you start off. I'm going to carry on talking to Dave. I don't give a shit.
Okay, then I'll mute
Dave, no, for me, it's the semi, the blood flowing. It's the semi, the adrenaline I get. Egging on the horse that I think I've bet on, but I haven't.
Yeah,
because the colours are all
I'll do my tips again, John, and then I'll let you go. So, 5:45 IRV, that's the spelling, and then 8:40 Wentworth Falls, 2 words. Wentworth, as in Wentworth place,
Right.
and then Falls.
Now you do,
Yeah,
you do,
840
you
Doncaster.
do realise what you've done, though. You do realise what you've done. You do realise that even
Well,
I actually do.
well,
put a bet
you
on
drink
them,
and
they-
smoke
they
already, so
won't win.
what's the problem with adding a third habit? You know.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, okay. Yeah. You do realise I have a reputation for disaster and all that shit. As long as you realise that.
Well, these are decent odds, so you don't have to put too much on.
Gives me false.
No, the road to ruin's
Okay.
it's gonna be a long and winding path. So
Right. I could admit, also, given your history with what you spoke about, I thought you were older. You sound a lot younger.
what do you mean?
Given your history
42.
in the chat. Oh, well, you're younger.
I've only done Twitch chat before. That's why I wasn't sure if this would work.
Yeah. It's worked brilliant.
But I watched you from Thailand Adventure 5, 6, or 7. I can't remember which one it was. And it's still one of the funniest things on YouTube.
Look, I'm interested. Not interested in the Andy Wright.
I'm not sure if it's the comedy or the madness of the comedy. I'm not sure.
Well, from what I've been told and from what I've seen, he's trying to get his missus to retire, but she apparently she's just for some reason she's just suddenly put a mask on and says she's got COVID.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of
which
it.
I don't blame her.
I'm nothing against that channel because I think it's
You don't
fucking
wonder why-
entertaining.
Yeah. I know
I don't
Yeah.
find him distasteful.
Yeah.
I know some people do, but I ain't got a problem. I think it's funny.
Well, you don't know him as well as me, do you?
No, sure.
Yeah.
No, the only
I'm not here.
full timer I've ever met was that old bloke Thailand Rick. When he used to have the Thailand Rick on tour channel.
Oh, Thailand Rick.
He was a right laugh. He was a big pisshead. Big pisshead.
Yeah. Oh, you met him?
And he made a lot of money. He actually wasn't secret camming. He was camming. You know the massage girl sat outside. He was camming them and having very forthright conversations with them. And
Right.
he made a lot of money in 1 month, and then the next month he's sort of like got shut down.
Right. But the geezer I used to talk to was Alfie Bob. You probably know him from AWT. But anyway, he was a big follower of him, and he comes.
It was obviously that came crashing down because they had very different views about the world, didn't they? About 2 years ago.
Yeah. And apparently, some massage parlor went to court or something, didn't they? Because he mentioned the extras they offered.
Yeah, he did. That came a lot later on, though. He didn't actually get a lot of views off that video.
Did he not?
No. The ones that he made a lot of money off were actually not mentioning the business. He was just having walk-up conversations. You get one of those chest cameras on.
Yeah.
And
one of them, like GoPro thing. Yeah.
He got them to talk about what was on the signs, but what wasn't on the signs. You know what I mean? The boards which say so about football, so about on that. Well, he took the conversation a little bit deeper, and they used to say, "Well, let's talk inside." But he wanted the conversation on the street. But he made millions and millions of views off it.
Oh God, yeah.
And then his channel got shut down. He had to come back with a different name.
Yeah, I mean, I'm watching what's his name, Everything Potato at the moment, and because I've not been to Thailand in several years now, and his last video displayed the prices on Walking Street, which I don't really do because I don't really like Walking Street, but They've gone through the roof now. 5,000 baht for a long time. That's without the bloody that's without the bar fine. Ridiculous prices. You're looking at £6,000 or £7,000 from a walking street go-go. Ridiculous.
Oh, is that what you're into? Are you? Are you into the old go-go bars?
No. I'm a soy Becau, soy diamond, and no. I very rarely go to walking streets.
Yeah, you see, you get to the stage where you do the ladies after breakfast, and then the night time when those sort of places are open, you're only really interested in drinking. That's the stage I got to.
Yes. That's the
you have breakfast. You have breakfast,
Yeah.
and then you have a long walk, and then you take care of that, and then you have a night time for flashing lights and drinking.
Well, yeah,
I never ever associated the flashing lights with liaisons at 3 a.m. in the morning. But if you can do that, that's very good.
Yeah, no, I can't. I mean, I don't. It's no secret. I suffer from bruised droop, so after a few drinks, I need the old Viagra, and I have them a long time. You know, you give them one in the morning. You know, I like to have breakfast with them, and then they're gone, and then I walk around for the morning, and I have an afternoon sleep, and then I'm out at it again. I've said it before on
Really?
several live streams.
Oh, you have
Yeah.
2 takes, do you?
Yeah.
You want to get yourself up north, and you want to get a nice country girl from Thirsk.
That's
Country
nothing.
bumpkin.
Seriously,
English Rose.
I land at Bangkok and straight away taxi takes me to Pattaya. Pattaya is all I know. I make no secret of that. I'd love to go up north, but you know, it's the unknown, isn't it? To me, a holiday to me, maybe it's my upbringing. You need to have a beach. You know, so like spending 2 weeks in Bangkok doesn't really appeal to me because there's no beach. You know, not that I'd fucking swim in Pattaya, Sea or anything like that.
What's wrong with Brighton,
the
Dartmouth,
history.
Weymouth?
Weymouth. No, I've been to Weymouth. You know, but normally,
Are you southeast?
a
Are
weekend
you
trip or
are you southeast
London.
or
Croydon.
you're London, right? Okay.
I'm Croydon. I'm South London, Croydon. Sorry, Bromley, that area, Bromley, Beckenham. I don't know whether you know it. Just up from Maidstone.
No.
Right.
No, I don't go. I don't really go past Birmingham that much, to be honest. In my job, I don't really go.
Oh, you're
get
way
much
north
further
to
south
me.
than Birmingham.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Well, you're way north to me. Right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we don't tend to go north. We tend to go south because it's a lot easier traffic wise and you know, everything else.
Where's John gone for his lunch?
That's what we lunch. Eh?
Is John gone for his lunch, has he?
Oh, I don't know. He's with a time bird, isn't he? Possibly could have done.
First race isn't till 2:30 where I am.
Ah,
First race is 2:30, but first bet's not till 3:30. So yeah.
yeah. I've noted everything on my whiteboard.
Just have a little.
I
Just have a little tickle on there.
Just said he's got a tie bird. I can't believe you said that.
Whoa! You really can't believe I said that. You and Doris are, you know, any Doris are weird, isn't they? You know, when they want
So what comes after horses?
Feed me.
Online bingo after horses.
Exactly, but anyway, getting back to that, just double check, because I was distracted. Dave, you recommend staying with Ladbrokes for the guaranteed odds, then the extra place, yeah?
Well, I mean, what you should really do if you're going to take it seriously, what you should really do is you should wait till you might want to take that. You wait till one of the big festivals, right? So
Right.
You've got Royal Ascot next month, right?
Yeah.
That's something like the second week of June. You've got Royal Ascot, which is it's not, but you could call that the Cheltenham of the Flat or Cheltenham of the Summer. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when you've got Royal Ascot, which I think starts on a Tuesday, it runs Tuesday to Saturday. But on that Tuesday morning, you'll have all the bookies doing sign-up promotions. And what that means is all the bookies will do special offers to open up accounts, but they'll do it as a loss leader. So what they'll do, just for example, they'll say open up an account, bet 10, and we'll give you 20.
Yeah.
So you'll get £30 worth of bets for your tenner. So the best thing to do is wait for those special occasions. I mean, even today you might get some of it being the FA Cup final. People bet on football a lot, and then you go onto a site the more popular one is you go on a site called oddschecker.com, and then it'll show you all the sign up offers. It'll have like 25 bookmakers. Then you just pick the ones you want.
Oh. Okay. So, right. So can you say that
So
again?
if you play your cards right and time it right, you could have like £100. You could put £100 worth of deposits in from your bank, say split across 4 or 5 bookies, and you could end up getting like £250 worth of bets for, So it could actually only be £100 in real money.
Yeah.
But you might get 250 worth of credit across so many accounts. That's the way to do it. But I mean, 100% you can do this for Cheltenham, but Cheltenham's just finished, so you have a long way to do that. So I mean, I've got betting. I'm not proud of it. But I've got betting accounts across probably about 12 bookmakers. But then, if you win money out of these bookmakers, they can close you down. It's like I've heard you talking about Sky Bet this morning. Well, I can't bet with them. I can't get any money on. If I pick a horse with them and put £10 in as a bet, they'll limit me to like something stupid like 50p because I've won money in the past. It's like a pub. A pub can refuse to serve you at a bar because they don't like the look of you. But it's the same with a bookie. They're not duty bound to keep taking your bets. So if you have a good run, they do close you down. And I'm not talking you have to win thousands and thousands either. You win a few hundred in a short space of time. Even if you just have a lucky run, they can close you down.
Yeah.
That's why you got to have more than one or two accounts. I don't know what.
That sounds completely wrong to me.
Yeah, but what you have to realise is, hang on a minute, Dave, hang on a minute. You've just said something there that'll never happen. Andy will never, ever win.
Well, what do they say about stop clocks? Stop clocks is right twice a day.
No. And Andy's
it doesn't matter how much shit you throw against the wall, some of it'll stick,
No. Andy's got Andy's got that one claim to fame where he had an horse that was 10 lengths clear, jumping the last fence, odds on favourite, and fucking fell.
Yeah,
right?
You got the happy power a couple of weeks ago, didn't you?
Yeah. So yes, he did. Yes, he did have that.
I did it day before.
Yeah, that was his. I fancy that.
I fancy
one. It won well. It won at it was at Leicester as well.
Yeah,
home course for John.
I fancy one of his today. I fancy that Fox's Tail in the 2:10 at Newbury. I fancy that today. But saying that, I think Stu D's put up the second favourite in the same race. No, he's put up the one that's joint favourite. That Stad, is it Ade or whatever it is? No,
I can check the first cards.
Yeah, no, he's.
If you had a look at first today, it's not a great card.
No,
it's not a great card, but I'm here on a freebie, so can't really knock it.
Well, you got Newbury. I've got Newbury and Newmarket. I don't look much further than that.
I haven't done any. Is it Channel 4? I always say Channel 4. Is it an ITV race? Is it?
Yeah. The 2:10 is.
Not really had a proper look.
Yeah, they're mainly at Newbury today. I think. I don't know. It's just starting now. Channel 4.
So, actually, I might have I got time to go on the ITV7? Oh, fucking hell. Right. Come on then. Let's have a bit of fun. Let's enter the ITV7. Fucking hell. The 1:35 at Newbury. What the fuck? I've got to go for the one I've backed.
That's 20 minutes away.
No. It's the ITV7. So
I don't know what that is.
It's the 7 races on the telly, or the ITV have
Right.
picked 7 races. If
I've just got FA Cup final on. Started the FA Cup kickoff at 5.
yeah.
Oh, fuck off football. I don't care about fucking football.
Right,
Loads
anyway,
of
listen,
fucking quiz. All they want to do is jump on each other, legs wrapped
Andy.
around each other's waist, and everything else.
Oh,
Well, I've done about
At
FA
the end
Cup
of it,
final after the race.
They want to change their. Oh, I want his t-shirt. I want his t-shirt. So they end up changing.
You asked me a question,
t-shirt.
not fucking listening.
That'll be a tight match,
Oh,
won't it?
sorry,
FA
what?
Cup final.
No, I think Liverpool will win 3-0. I think
Yeah.
Liverpool will, yeah, honestly. I think Liverpool will absolutely piss it. I think they'll fucking hammer them. I think they'll be that upset about losing the league that they will fucking hammer them.
Yeah, Romanov dynasty might fall apart this summer.
Yeah. Well, I just
any
think-
idea what Frosty's on about? Frosty always covers his bets on a 7-fold. What's that? What's a 7-fold?
Sevenfold.
Bear in mind,
That
I'm
means-
movie.
That
Yeah.
means you're very happy when it wins sevenfold. Whew.
Right. Basically, you are picking these 7 horses to win the 7 televised races. And what Frosty says is you get I think normally during the week it's £10,000, £10,000 if you get all 7. Right.
Plus your
Listen.
stake money.
No,
I'll take
it's
our
a
listen,
free
yeah.
fucking
What?
bet. Shut up and listen.
I'll listen.
Right, it's a free bet. And
Hey, screwing up me.
You pick 7 horses to win 7 races. What Frosty says was he also has them 7 horses in an accumulator, each way accumulator, just in case, because normally it pays more than £10,000 if all 7 win. So he has an each way accumulator as well to cover his bets. Right.
Right. Still fucking
Have you heard about the
confused.
tote, John?
You know what? Sorry.
You heard about what's been going on at the tote?
Oh, it's 50k today.
The prize pots and the jackpots.
Oh, hang on. You're well wrong, John.
What?
I tell you what. I tell you what. I'm gonna have to start talking to Frosty. It's 50,000 today. Now 50
I
grand.
said-
I'd bet on whatever Frosty fucking bets on for 50 grand.
Yeah, but it's
Not
like
you.
the lottery.
Oh,
Andy.
for fuck's sake.
The lottery is
No, I won the fucking lottery. I was
No, the
hugely
lottery-
disappointed last week. I got
It's
40
50
fucking numbers.
56 million to 1. Yeah, 56 million to 1. 56 million combination
No,
of balls in the lottery. But you only win 10 million if it
you
wins.
can fucking.
You're not going to cry about the
you
missing
can call it
46
what you
million,
want.
are you?
I won the fucking lottery. I won the
Huh?
fucking lottery. I got 4 numbers. I was 2 numbers short of fucking 100 and fucking whatever it is. Right? The 2 numbers short. The cunts gave me 140
Yeah, you
quid.
won about 52 quid.
2 numbers short.
Huh?
Yeah. 2 numbers short. They gave me 140 quid. Fuck's sake.
You got a nice faulty
It's
from
not
the corner.
right.
Are you
140
finished?
quid. No.
John's
You
going to
know
give you
I've
7
had to go
wins now. What are you
this
worried about?
before. Oh.
Andy, yesterday
What?
at Newmarket, yesterday at York, and Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at York, the ITV7 was paying 10,000. At the weekend, it pays 50,000. Okay,
No, you're missing my point, right?
there is
4
no
numbers.
fucking
But there's
point.
only 6 fucking numbers in the lottery. 4 numbers. 2 numbers short of the big man. Right, I get 140 quid. Right? That's not right. If I was 2 numbers short to get the big fucking millions. Right, I
Yes,
expected actually
Andy.
tens of thousands.
Andy,
But no, I
Andy.
got 140 fucking
Andy.
quid. 4
Andy.
fucking numbers.
Andy,
No.
if you Andy,
What?
hang on, shush. If you'd have had 2
Four.
balls, you would have been a man. But you didn't have the 2 balls, so you ain't a man.
Yeah. Yeah, but mine were the bonus balls.
Oh,
Alright.
yeah, you ain't got no bonus balls, so you ain't got... you ain't
Fucking
got-
lottery. Fucking rip-off, I tell you. Everything's a fucking rip-off.
Well, if you had Sky
If
Bet...
that Camelot machine had given those balls 2 or 3 more whirls, the right ones might have dropped, Andy.
Exactly, Camelot, yeah. Camelot fucked me over. 4 fucking balls, I get 140 quid.
Oh, for
Yeah.
fuck's sake. How much would you have
But
won if
no,
you had
It's not the question of having 4 balls, it's the question of having two numbers short of winning the million.
No,
I used to love watching Myling
That's
classes. Press that
140
button.
quid for
What,
being
what
No,
ball games?
140 pounds for 2 numbers short. Nah, fuck them.
you were 2 numbers
That ain't
short
right.
of
That
being
ain't
a
right.
man.
That ain't right.
You were 2 numbers short of being a man.
That's not right.
It is.
Not
You were
right.
2 numbers short. How much do you
I
think you
don't
would have got? How much do you think you would have got if you'd have got 6 numbers?
I've had 4
Fucking
numbers
prize
twice.
money, the lot of it. The lot of it. Millions.
How many millions?
I don't know. Whatever the prize fund
In about
was.
4 million on average.
Yeah, we're about, I think, on
Now,
that
to
particular-
be fair, this was a Saturday lottery, so it's the UK one. It wasn't Euro.
Yeah, it was worth
wasn't
about
a euro.
4 million. He's moaning about he won 140 quid and he's moaning. I tell you, he's the only bloke that wins and moans.
I've had
Yeah.
50 odd pounds for 4 numbers.
50 quid for 4 numbers.
It's
Oh,
a standard
no,
price
I-
for 3. I think it's 20.
I'd actually ask for my fucking money back. I would. That's not right. 50
Yeah, it's
quid for 4
disgraceful.
numbers. No, that's not right.
Right. Anyway,
Right.
lads, I'm going to have to end this live stream because I only came on for an hour and that was nearly 3 hours ago. So
I'm going for a £5.50 lager in a plastic glass.
well, me and Doris are going out to buy a Dorian.
No, it's not glass. It's not plastic glass. You can't have a plastic glass.
Anyway, are you listening? Me and
No,
Dave.
Dave.
Plastic
No,
receptacle, then.
Don't have a plastic glass. Yeah,
Okay.
receptacle. Yeah, that's the one.
me and Doris are going out to buy a Dorian. All right.
No, don't. Well, mate, you make sure she eats it in the fucking shed or the garden. I won't have that in the house.
You cannot eat the Dorian in the house.
I eat in the house.
Yeah, you eat in the house, but he say you cannot.
No. I wouldn't allow it. Seriously. That stuff stinks like shit. I would not allow Dorian in my house.
But you stink like shit, so it wouldn't oversmell you. So don't worry.
Same.
Hang on.
Yes.
Well, it's quite warm today. I did smell my armpits and they are quite raw. Yeah. Okay, possibly.
No, actually, if you get a young enough Dorian, it don't smell so bad. It's only when
yeah,
it's mature.
haven't it?
It's like
If, this
anything.
is, if we're talking about innuendos, a young
You're in
Dorian,
Leicester, John. You can't go and wash it in the sea like you do on those Thai islands.
No, that's true.
yeah, yeah.
But it's a hey.
Oh, you're talking about Majurian plant fruit. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I thought you were talking about something else.
I tell you what, yeah. I tell you what, though, David, it's expensive. 2.2 kilos of Dorian over here, 48 quid.
Bloody hell.
How much?
Was
48.
it backpacked with it?
They can fucking. I'll tell you what, they can keep it.
You don't even like Dorian, do you?
Is it vacuum sealed, John? Is it?
No, it's the actual fruit. It's not been split, so it's still the actual complete fruit. So you've got to bring it home with all the spikes.
Yeah.
You've got to bring it home with all the spikes. Wear welder's gloves while you try and separate it with an hatchet. I mean, it ain't an easy job. You pick one of them Dorians up, bleeding spikes go through your fingers.
I did not try.
To be absolutely
No,
honest with you guys, I really haven't
The
tasted
reason
it.
Andy not tries because Andy's a coward.
Because
He's
The,
scared.
No, I've
And
heard so much rumours about the smell and everything else, and the fines in the hotel. You know, you walk through the door of the hotel straight away. There's
you
notices
eat
up.
outside.
You get fined 5,000 baht. Is there Dorian in your hotel room or no? I
tell you
steer
what.
well clear of it.
Yeah, but that's like every
Never had
single
it.
sidebar's got a no smoking sign in it. And does anybody adhere to those signs? No.
Well, I tell you what,
That's
Andy.
true. I don't.
Andy, when we were down in
It's a bit like saying don't shit in the sink.
when we were down in Wahid.
I've never shut in the sink.
Right, listen. When we were down in Wahid, we got Dorian. She sat in the car eating it. 2 weeks later, her mum and dad come down. Mum got in the car and went, "Who's been eating Dorian in here?" She could smell it 2 weeks later.
Exactly. You can't do that in a hire car. Exactly. It clings to everything. And just to clarify, Dave, I've never shat in anyone's sink. Just to clarify.
Well, any kind of plug hole, with it be a shower, bidet.
You just no, he shits on women. He don't shit in the sink. He does a Alaskan.
I don't shit on. No, that's disgusting. No, I don't do that. That's disgusting.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
There's also been on MSN the other day about this bloke who went into a furniture shop, sat on a 3-piece suite, dropped his kegs, and then just shat on the floor. You seen that?
No.
I've seen many YouTube videos about people walking into plumbers merchants and they're dumping their toilet and shit.
Hey,
Yeah.
Right, they've got Channel 3 on now.
Andy, Frosty's missus loves Dorian as well.
Hi.
Well, yes, she would do. All I can say is I hope Frosty kicks her in the garden. That's what I would.
Kicks her in the garden.
Right? Yeah, I have a lovely shed that they can sit in and eat it, or I have a lovely patio set that they can sit on and eat it.
Dave.
Hi, boys, I'm going to go. I've got some fillies and colts to go and admire.
Dave, before you go, are you watching
the pre-parade?
Okay.
Big, magnificent animals, Andy.
You take care, Dave.
And the horses.
Big
Dave.
Hey, see you later. Cheers. Cheers.
See you, Dave.
See, Frosty likes it as well.
What does he like?
He likes Dorian.
Well, I've never met a Dorian, but Dorian could be a bird for all I know.
Hey, I tell you what, if you had to
Dorian could be a slim 24-year-old, nice tits, tight arsehole, tight vagina. I don't know, do I? We don't know who Dorian is, do we? That's the thing.
You know that horse Frosty came out with in the first race?
Oh, I don't actually. I've got a load of horses on my notice board that I haven't actually looked at because I'm on StreamYard. No. Remind me.
There was one Frosty came out with in the first race that was being ridden by your girlfriend, right?
Oh, Holly, yeah.
Yeah, well, it's been back down to 16-1.
Really?
Yeah, really.
What's the time of that race? Have I got time to fuck you off and get on there?
Yeah, I'm going now because I've told you, but it's on in 10 minutes.
Right, okay. Where and what time? Where? What's the race?
What do you mean? What
track? What track? Where?
Jesus Christ.
Where?
What?
Where's she running?
Newbury.
Right, okay. Well, there's quite a lot today, and to be fair, there's a lot that a lot of new ones.
She's wearing green, and she's number 6, and she's running at Newbury.
Right. Well, all I can say is without being nasty, fuck off and let me get on it. I can't do it while I'm on the stream yards.
All right. Then. Speak to you later. See ya. Try everyone.
All right.
Thanks for
Bye.
tuning on. Remember,
simple as that.
remember,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
said,
Yeah.
remember, I
Cheers,
said,
Dave.
Liverpool,
Cheers, Frosty.
remember,
Yeah,
I said Liverpool 3-0. Okay.
and all the others. Yeah. Bye.
Keep going, right?
Right, as I was saying, I tell you what, there's one thing about Andy. He is fun. He is fun. Anyway, have good luck, everyone, and I'll see you all later. All right, take care. But yeah, remember I said 3-0 Liverpool. If that comes up, you know who said it first, me.